I didn't want to embarrass myself. But we will talk about the game, both games, AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game. Sedano will join us in the 8 a.m. hour. Let's have some fun and frivolity, and Cappy's going to keep me warm. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show begins 4 minutes from right now on ESPN LA.
Change is in the air at LAX. Los Angeles International Airport's automated people mover trains are rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investments in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, and economy parking in 10 minutes or less. Departing every 2 minutes, they'll help approximately 30 million passengers per year. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pechanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas. When you're a guest at Pechanga, you're treated to world-class resort amenities, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, golf, and, of course, 24/7 gaming excitement. The casino floor is huge. 1,100 hotel rooms and suites. It makes Pechanga one of the largest in the country. Just off I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA for reservations or more info.
Call Jacob.
800-345-6789. That's a new way to call Jacob. And how easy is that, Mace?
800-345-6789. In a city full of stars, one shines the brightest. 800-345-6789.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob, 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Mike, in sports, dynasties don't happen by luck. They happen with culture, coaching, and execution.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Travis, but that's exactly how we run Rotolo Chevrolet.
Mike, it's actually pretty simple. Customer service that takes care of people.
It's probably the biggest reason why people choose Rotolo Chevrolet. They come from all over California.
210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, right there in Fontana. I'm going to remember that the rest of my life.
Love it.
And, of course, RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO Chevy.com.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life. For more information, visit oli.org.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
10 seconds left, no timeouts. Matthew Stafford drops a throw, reads it out, zips one right sideline. Puka makes an incredible catch at the 50.
Oh, no.
They say he's down in bounds, and they take what's left of the clock. He went sliding out of bounds. They have to look at that.
Yeah.
Seahawks, they win, they celebrate. But can Matthew Stafford get one more crack at it? Inbounds, I think that's the proper
Just confirming the runner was down inbounds. The game is now over. Seahawks win.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
I love this team. Really proud of them, man. Just came up short today. I think the finality of all of it is, listening to that music in the background makes me want to throw up. I'll be honest with you. But Seattle's a great team. They did enough to come away with the win, and love this team. One of my all-time favorites, and I think the finality of it all, it doesn't even feel real to me.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
How do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. On 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app. And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Give me a freaking break.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
What a catch by the tight end.
Dungus.
Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
I've danced with the devil.
It is smooth, baby. Yeah.
And good morning. 7:02 and 3 seconds. Welcome to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We are live from the pool deck, Cappy, at Yamava Resort and Casino. Scott Kaplan, me, Chris Morales, Gregory Arthur Bergman, producer Lindsay Baseball. It's a little chilly.
It's nice.
But it is starting to warm up in the Southland as we look over. This is where we're going to be on Super Sunday.
Nice. Look at that view.
It's
brisk.
Oh,
it's fantastic.
Different colors.
Yeah. Now, I don't see the sunrise very often. Seriously.
No, we don't. Doing mornings?
Right. I don't get to see the sunrise all that often, but being out here at Yamava is spectacular. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, you're going to see what we're talking about. But
I'd like to begin here and read
please.
this.
Please.
This ended in the YouTube chat from the great Darth Navarro.
Okay.
111 yesterday in our YouTube watch-along. We'd like to thank the Rams defense for participating in the 25 playoffs. Pick up your commemorative Chris Shula Eat a Fat One t-shirt at the door. It is a final! And the Rams defense should be taken out and slapped around like a rented mule this morning, Cappy.
Wow, leave rented mules out of this. Okay, they have a lot of value.
What a disaster yesterday in the NFC Championship game. Me not being able to put on the Rams chain this morning,
right?
When waking up, I had to look at myself in the mirror in the beautiful room they gave us here at Yamava.
Gorgeous rooms, fantastic.
Great room.
And a tear rolled down my cheek.
Oh, no.
And I was embarrassed and humiliated and not able to put on my chain today. I didn't pack anything other than Rams shirts.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, no chain,
you were so confident.
Put a big Rams shirt.
But I put on my Yamava hat signed by Baron Davis, which we got a few years ago.
I do love that hat.
I remember that.
Yeah, I do love that hat.
Because I was disgusted to put on a Rams hat today.
Wow.
Not because of Sean McVey.
No.
Not because of Matthew Stafford.
No.
Because of Chris Shula, the defense, and, of course, the special teams.
Can we blame Xavier Smith just a little bit, real fast?
He should be thrown in the pool behind us.
You can blame Xavier Smith.
Well, he should be blamed.
And he'll get a lot of the blame. And here's what I was getting last night from everybody, which is...
Was your DMs exploding last night with Seahawks fans?
Oh, my God. Seahawks fans kept the receipts. They did. They were like... How you feeling now, Sedano, Kap? You still feeling so confident? You two should be fired. Like,
you two should be fired?
Right, oh, yeah. We should be fired. We should be fired.
I was getting a lot of choke messages. Wow. And they're right, by the way. Can we call it a choke by the Rams defense? Can we call it a choke by the Rams defense?
By the Rams defense. It's not the offense, though.
No.
It's not Matthew Stafford. It's not Cooper Kupp. It's not Devontae Adams. Wait. Are you going to blame the offense?
Let me tell you something right now.
Is it a simpleton take to not blame the offense?
It is Bergie, if your whole take today is to blame the punt return and the muffed punt return that turned into the fumble, that turned into the Seahawks touchdown, and again gave the Seahawks a game that at that time, well, listen, I'd actually have to go back to the latter part of the first half, but at that moment, the Rams defense had done their job. They stopped the Seahawks on the first possession of the second half, and they were about to get the ball back. And, yes, then there was the muff punt. And the special teams unit of this team, all
brutal
season long, blocked field goals, missed extra points, can't snap the ball, fire the special teams coach, give up punt returns in Seattle last time, and then this situation yesterday.
If you go back and look at every single one of the Rams' losses, they're because of the special teams. There was a huge part of that reason.
I mean,
and
other than the Panthers loss, you're absolutely right. Other than the Panthers loss early in the season, midway through the season.
Week 13.
Every other loss was because of the special teams.
Yep. Well, listen, you go back to the beginning of this year, and you go back to that Philadelphia game, and a game that they could have won if it wasn't for 2 blocked field goals. And it all started there.
Yep.
And it had been an ongoing problem, and McVey thought he fixed the problem by firing the special teams coach, Chase Blackburn. And you know what? For a week, it was like, okay, maybe that helped a little bit. But then you got to Seattle late in the regular season, and that punt return late in the game when you had a 16-point lead changed the momentum, changed the game. And the special teams were still not fixed. And even in there was another, I think it was also in the Seattle game, where Mevis missed the first field goal of his Rams career. Yep. He had been perfect 8 for 8 on field goals, and it was a 48-yarder. It was the first one where there was any pressure of any kind, and he missed it. And so the special teams have been a problem all year long. But here's the one thing. You can't blame a coach, whether it's a head coach or a special teams coach, for a guy backpedaling and then just falling.
And let the ball hit him and roll over.
I've thought about it a million times. Like, as the ball was coming down at him and he's laying on the ground, like, was he thinking,
oh, no.
Was he thinking, I can still catch this ball? or was he thinking, oh, my God, roll, get out of the way, man.
Blank.
But here's the thing. The next time Kyron Williams did it, so you knew to make a switch, right?
Yep.
And not have Xavier Smith. Before he fumbled it, there was a punt return where he almost did it.
No, he dropped it.
He bobbled
it.
He dropped it. He bobbled it. That was the signal that maybe we don't do this again. It's the NFC Championship game. I think so much, and we did it. We were sitting there yesterday going, you know what? There's a chance they're going to turn this around because they're the Rams. They got the high-powered offense. They got Matthew Stafford. They got Puka. They got our guy Devontae Adams. By the way, JT the Brick's got to be happy about how that turned out, but we'll get to that later.
Devontae's not. So much. Boy, Devontae's eyes, you see a guy cry after a game, and his eyes were so bright red, dude. I mean, he was just so emotional after that game. Been to 5 NFC Championship games
0-5.
and cannot get to the Super Bowl.
You like that because you're a Raiders fan? Does that make you happy?
It's not his fault he wasn't good on the Raiders. The Raiders made him a bad receiver.
By the way, in our
dark place, dark time.
In our YouTube chat, this guy Demon Seahawks, he was all over us yesterday.
Oh, he got
in our watch party. Easy work. Lamb's overrated cupcakes frauds.
Well, you see that. Let me just say one thing.
You know what that is? That's a simpleton take.
Yeah, right. It is. Because let me just say one thing to all the Seahawks fans who are tuning in today.
Simpleton.
All the Seahawks fans who are tuning in today. Can I just say something to you guys? Did you guys win 38-0? Did I miss something here?
Right.
Was this not a great game, back and forth? 2 quarterbacks just putting on their best show. And for Sam Darnold, you know, all these Seahawks fans took pride in Sam Darnold like he's been their quarterback for the last 10 years. Sam Darnold showed up. Everybody had question marks. And you know what? He answered them one by one.
He did.
And Sam Darnold, I can't believe it. When I read this last night, I couldn't believe it, will be the first USC quarterback to start a Super Bowl. So, listen, all you Seahawks fans, let me tell you guys something. First of all, how old are you people? What are you, 13, 14 years old? What are you out here like beating up on us the next day? Bro, that was a legendary game. You make it seem like you guys just swept the floor with the Rams. That was a great game on both sides.
Well, but we posted clips talking about how confident we were.
Well, that was stupid. You know?
Well, if they won, you'd be like, we were so smart.
Right.
We were so
And by the way,
right.
hey, Seahawks fans, all you 12-year-old kids, let me tell you something right now. Had the Rams won, we'd be doing to you what you're doing to us.
What I hate most about this for Sam Darnold, for me specifically, is it ruins my complete narrative of USC quarterbacks, of Sam Darnold. All of it is completely messed up. Now Caleb Williams getting as far as he did in the playoffs, that makes it all my whole narrative around USC quarterbacks gone out the window.
And we're going to get into the AFC Championship game. But after looking at yesterday's game and how the Patriots played and barely won, if it wasn't for Stiddy being Stiddy and the snow coming down the way it did, Patriots don't win that game. So here's what I hate to break it to you, Bergie. I think Sam Darnold's going to be a Super Bowl champion.
Oh, yeah.
USC
quarterback.
I totally agree with you. Amazing that he will.
And by the way, wasn't it perfect?
Great.
Wasn't it perfect after the game when Tom Rinaldi was there to interview him? Because he is a Radio Rinaldi story of a guy. But, but listen, when you're a first-round draft choice and you're a top-level pick and you go to bad team after bad team, a lot of guys would just not have the confidence or the faith in themselves to keep on rolling to where you get back to being a starting quarterback. So you got to remember, Sam Darnold, Jets, Panthers, career could be over. Go to San Francisco, back up for a year, get around that coaching staff, go to Minnesota, now one of McVay's coaches, right? And Kevin O'Connell. And then you have this great year, but you see Vikings fans, you say that, your narrative is blown. Vikings fans today are beside themselves with how could you have let Sam Darnold after a 14-3 season go for nothing and start over at the quarterback position. So you're right. The narrative around Darnold can't win the big one, which is something that we still questioned as of last week, it has been answered. He can win the big one.
So you showed me something yesterday, speaking of Sam Darnold. There's a lot of narrative or talk before Sam Darnold went to the Seahawks that the Raiders should go get him. That was the guy they should, and we took Geno Smith. Geno Smith, you showed me, yes, Geno Smith had the exact same line as Sam Darnold in Seattle last year.
Right, so their numbers last year, Sam Darnold and Geno Smith, if I would have said to you, whose numbers are these and whose numbers are these, you wouldn't have known because Sam Darnold and Geno Smith last year for the Seahawks had virtually the exact same statistical numbers last year. But if Geno Smith were the quarterback yesterday, I don't know that there would have been all this confidence. Everybody got hyped on Sam Darnold.
There wouldn't have been confidence, but that just goes to show you what a strong offensive line that protects your quarterback and allows and gives him that clear pocket consistently. And this goes back to Chris Shula. For you, how could you not get back there at all? How could Jared Verse not find a way to get to Sam Darnold? Not get back there.
But by the way, it's been an ongoing issue with the bend don't break defense that the Rams have been. And it's always bent a little bit, but it seems they get out of games. This time it was broken.
Well,
and by the way, so what was it? The second Seahawks offensive play?
Yeah,
the absolute bomb to Rashid Shaheed to start the game.
God.
At that moment, you knew, the Seahawks showed up to play. And I don't feel from an energy standpoint, and I know the Rams did have the lead at 1 point, 13-10. I don't think it felt like the Rams were going to be able to win the game from that moment because it was like, Sam Darnold came to play today.
Yeah,
they came back and took the lead.
Yeah,
they did, but still.
But let me tell you something right now.
Before half was bad.
That's where the game is lost.
Yeah.
And so when you look back at this Rams defense, and I'll take you guys back to it was the game against the Panthers. They gave up 28 points, or they gave up 31 points in that game. Then against the Lions, they gave up 34 points. Then against the Seahawks, they gave up 37. Then against the Falcons, they gave up 24. Do you understand that the last 5-6 weeks of the regular season, that defense was not playing the way it had played through the first 10, 11 weeks of the season? And we're all going to blame the secondary today. First, we'll blame the special teams.
I'll blame the secondary first.
Okay, the secondary will take its share for sure. But here's the thing about a secondary, and in particular this secondary. Everybody knew that the weak link on the Rams was the secondary.
Yep.
And it gets hidden at times when you have 3 interceptions in a game like they did against Chicago. But if you don't put a rush on a quarterback, and that's what the Rams have built their defense all around, is that front 7. It's all the guys they drafted to replace Aaron Donald. It's Poona Ford, who they got in free agency. They were more consumed with the front 7 than they were with the secondary. And they thought guys like Quentin Lake were pretty good, and he's okay. But they do not have like true cover corners. And so to make up for not having true cover corners, you rush the passer and you make the passer uncomfortable. And the stat line from Sam Darnold tells you he was never really made uncomfortable.
He was just standing there the entire time.
Why don't they rush? Why don't they rush?
Well, they rushed.
Well, they did. They lost individual battles. I mean, like Jared Verse the whole game. I'm going, Jared Verse, are you going to show up today? Are you going to make a play at any point? An individual has to go out and make a play. Byron Young has been playing on this busted-up knee all year long, and so here you get to the end of the season, and you just don't know how healthy he is. So your premier pass rushers, your former defensive rookie of the year, these guys have to win individual battles. And when you look at Houston's defense or Pittsburgh's defense, and you see these defensive ends that make plays, the Rams guys yesterday, the guys who were paid to rush the passer, did not make plays.
And so there was a lot of times where it was blaming, the Jared Verses or I forgot where I was going. Excuse me.
What?
I forgot where I was going.
On that
What do
note,
you mean?
hit
On
the
that
bell.
note. What do you mean?
Jorge, hit the bell, please.
I forgot where I was going.
We are 15 minutes through the show, 7:15.
You're here.
In this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me.
Now, we're outside at the pool deck at Yamaval Resort Casino.
Freaking
But you
awesome.
know what you could have done?
Tell me.
You could have gone to our friends at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, gotten that lube job. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home with a 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and to score game-winning coupons.
Oh, I remembered. So I was going to say, you
see
all those numbers.
We took that little time out there.
And I remember where I was going.
Right.
Thank you.
Nice
I
job.
helped that. It's still,
Nice job.
It's still early. You were talking all those numbers that you had about the Rams defense giving up more and more points over the last 5-6 weeks. A lot of the narrative was around Quentin Lake was out, and he was such a huge part of that defense. Well, he was back still in this game. He made a big play on Jackson Smith and Jigba, but it didn't change anything. The fact is that without the pass rush, you're leaving all those guys, Darius Williams and all those guys, wide open alone, and it's
you want to know
he picks them apart.
You want to know who the best DB is on the Rams? Like, who's the best guy in coverage? You want to know who it is? I'll tell you. Thank you, Lindsay. Puka freaking Nacua. Thank you for being on the same page.
You're welcome.
It may be early, but, girl, you were with me. Puka Nacua is the best DB that the Rams have because in the last couple of weeks, he has made 2 spectacular defensive plays while playing on the offensive side of the football. Like, no joke. Even yesterday, he pulled a ball out of a defensive back's hands that looked like, oh, no, that's an automatic interception, and Puka was there to defend it. The game, in my opinion, and listen, here, let me just say this to everybody. You're going to look at punt return, and you're going to say that caused the loss. We're going to blame the secondary or the pass rush, and we're going to say that caused the loss. You're going to give Chris Shula a commemorative T-shirt, and that's going to be the issue. But I'm telling you guys right now, the offense will not receive blame, and it deserves its fair share, meaning we talk about complementary football. That's what Sean McVey talks about, complementary football. This was a complementary loss. Defense shares responsibility, special teams does, and the offense is just as responsible for this loss as the other phases of the game. And you're going to look at Matthew Stafford, and you're going to say, look at his numbers, and I'm here to tell you that the offense was just as responsible for losing this game. And you may be saying to yourself, well, why is that?
Yeah.
The end of the first half, that's on the offense, and here's what I mean. The Rams go 12 plays, 87 yards. They take 7 minutes and 23 seconds. They were getting killed in the time of possession at that point, and they take a 13-10 lead. They give the ball to Seattle. Seattle goes 3 and out, 2 yards, 22 seconds, punts. Now the Rams have all the momentum in the world, right? What did the Rams do? 3 plays, 5 yards, 39 seconds. So what happens? They punt the ball back to Seattle, and Seattle's down 13-10. Seattle scores a touchdown before the half. There was a minute to go. They score a touchdown before the half. So all of a sudden, instead of 13-10, it's now 17-13, and Seattle gets the ball back. And then the defense comes out, shuts Seattle down. Seattle punts, muff punt, and now we got ourselves a problem.
Yeah, the muff punt was.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Cappy. But you know what? I'm still blaming Chris Shula.
No, it's okay. You go.
Well, and then Chris Shula, by the way, he's going to be? He was supposed to be up for all these head coaching jobs.
Please, Chris Shula, I get down on my knees right here at Yamava. Please take a head coaching job and get out of L.A.
No, he lost the head coaching job.
You are a gutless bum who cannot be the defensive coordinator of the Rams next year. Please, Raheem, come back.
Well, you know
it's probably going to happen, though, right?
Well, okay, so hold on. I'll bet you that Sean McVey is doing the exact same thing that Christopher Arthur Morales just did. Sean McVey is probably down on his hands. In fact, Sean McVey is probably today calling the Cleveland Browns going, I'm telling you, Chris Shula is the guy.
He's the guy. He's the guy, bro.
He's going to fix everything.
And here's the
Don't
reason.
call the Raiders, please. Don't call the Raiders.
and when the Cleveland Browns say, but Sean, we just saw that defense. He's going to say, but look at your personnel. Look at how good your defense is.
It's all three phases of the game,
If
guys.
Chris Shula had that defense, he'd be amazing. The reason
it wasn't on Chris Shula. It was on me. I take this one.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
It's on
Three
me.
phases of the game. We got to come out and do better. It's on me. I talked to Matthew after the game. Did you see, though? Did we have the post-game sound? And we can play it next because it's coming up on it. But I thought when somebody asked him, I mean, the guy just got lost the NFC Championship game. Had an amazing – his quarterback had an MVP season. And listen, this is what reporters in the media's job is. You're going to ask him about Matthew coming back. Like, he could have been a real a-hole. He gave a great answer. We'll play that coming back.
Yeah. Listen, again, I'm just going to tell you guys that the offense will not get blamed, but there's several examples. The first one I gave you was at the end of the half. Again, you have a 13-10 lead, and you take 39 seconds off the clock, and you give Seattle the ball back, and Seattle scores a touchdown and takes the lead 17-13. The other thing is that the offense, and again, I know we'll go deeper as the day goes on, but when the offense gets the ball and drives 14 plays, 84 yards, 7 minutes and 24 seconds in the fourth quarter, down 31-27, and you cannot get points. Now, there's an argument to be made that they should have kicked the field goal, taken the points, given the ball back, gotten the ball again, and then kicked a game-winning field goal. But I thought going for it on fourth down was the right play.
Absolutely the right call.
But the fact is that they had opportunities, and Sean gets so consumed with throwing the football. He's got a strong running game. He's got two running backs that were leading them down the field, and he goes away from the running game late. So the offense, you can tell me secondary, special teams, great. I'm here to tell you, end of the first half, that 39-second drive was a killer because it gave Seattle the ball and Seattle scored a touchdown. And when you're down 31-27 and you go on that type of a drive, 14 plays, 84 yards, and you come away with 0 points, but forget about the field goal. You had to score a touchdown.
Yep.
And they didn't get it done. And it reminded me of what happened last year in Philadelphia when they had the ball late and they didn't get it done. So the offense, in my opinion, shares as much blame as everybody else.
I mean, can we give a little bit of credit to the Seahawks? I know it's not the day to give credit to the Seahawks, but the Seahawks defense.
I'm going to get down on my knees again.
Yeah, you do it. The Seahawks defense was covering every single one of those receivers in the end zone. There was nowhere for Matthew Stafford to go on any of those. Even if he tried to run it, he was cooked.
And Stafford, to his credit, I got to go look this up. This may have been his best rushing performance of the year, maybe of his entire Rams career. And he may have had like 13, 14 yards. But the one play in particular, it was 4th and 1, and he
went for like 12.
He balled out. I mean, I give Stafford all the credit, but the offense does share in some of the blame for what happened in this game. And by the way, McVey, to your point, is probably down on his hands and knees today praying, somebody please come take Chris Shula because he's my best friend. He's my college roommate. I've elevated him to D.C. I don't and cannot fire him.
You got to fire him.
And and if he left, Raheem comes right back. Whether or not that's great is another question. But still,
that defense was good under Raheem.
The point is that he cannot fire his best friend.
It's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to a tough one. Who wrote this? Janessa, you wrote a tough one? No, it's a heartbreaking one. Tough one.
Oh, my God.
That's their pool.
He's throwing.
That's Yamava's pool.
Vaporub in the pool.
So Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to a, quote, tough one for the Rams, yeah. And we're going to head to Lakers basketball on the road.
We are?
I don't know. Reaction Monday is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. By the way, had one on Saturday on the golf course for Tommy Lamb's birthday at Michelob Ultra Zero. Beautiful. A superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. Coming back, we will continue to unpack the NFC Championship game. We will play the sound of the game, at least for our Rams, and we'll hear some of McVay's postgame. It is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We are live from Yamava Resort and Casino, the pool deck. I got to go get those cough drops.
Yeah, you got to jump in.
Yeah, you should get those.
You got to jump in and get them.
Do we got a skimmer? Anybody got a skimmer?
Thanks for starting your day. A Monday morning with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Mongrels, good morning.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
John Ireland for Blue Ice Vodka. Blue Ice's double espresso crafted with Arabica coffee makes the perfect espresso martini. Just shake with ice and pour. Soft, smooth, and delicious. Blue Ice Vodka, because taste matters.
Buenos dias.
For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where the game's legends make their mark and history is written.
It's official. The round that will long be remembered. Oh, yes! Ludwig Oberg.
February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that define the Genesis Invitational. Get your tickets now at genesisinvitational.com.
Playing sports? Protective eyewear can help prevent serious eye injuries. Vision protection matters as much as helmets and pads. This National Eye Care Month tip is sponsored by VisionWorks. See the difference.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a Pepper Thing. And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a Pepper Thing. Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a Pepper Thing.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. On the road to the Lombardi Trophy. Powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
$7:27. Good morning, Cappy.
Good morning.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on this Reaction Monday to a heartbreaking championship Sunday. We are live from the pool deck at Yamava Resort and Casino. By the way, I threw those cough drops in the pool, and now I got to go get them.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not joking. Yeah. We need a skimmer.
Right.
On this day, by the way,
you got to go in and get them.
You know, Sedano loves the oldies, and Sedano will join us in the 8 a.m. hour. On this day in 1961, the number one hit, The King, Elvis Presley, Are You Lonesome Tonight? Well, I wasn't lonesome because Stephanie was in my room last night, but I was sad. I was heartbroken. We had a great day, Championship Sunday, party, at the 909 Sports Bar. Amazing food, which we should get into the rundown of the food. The amount of food. God. The fact that I made it through a fast till 3:30 p.m. while you guys were from noon on. The first game, all there was I was surrounded by Chinese food, pizza, paninis. It was insanity.
Can I tell you something? So when Cappy went and started walking in the gym afterwards, I went upstairs to the Y Lounge and ate more.
You ate more, right? Yeah. You and Lindsay went to the Y Lounge.
Yeah, I went to the Y Lounge. I ate more.
Some rigatoni, some delicious desserts.
Yep, there was rigatoni and desserts. It was really good. There was some pizza in there.
You ate more pizza?
No, I didn't eat the pizza because it was a Hawaiian. I don't like Hawaiian.
Oh, no, Hawaiian.
I know you like Hawaiian.
I
don't
love
like
Hawaiian now.
pizza.
I
don't like pineapple?
No, don't like pineapple on pizza.
Oh, no, I've grown to really love Hawaiian. People who don't like Hawaiian don't try Hawaiian.
And I'll try it again. I'll try it again. But afterwards, because of all the food, all night my stomach was in knots.
Well, yeah.
It was so much food.
Well, so
it was great, though.
Did you have a nighttime scrape or a morning scrape?
There was a nighttime scrape. There was a morning scrape.
Yeah.
The first one was a little difficult.
Oh, really? Oh, really? I'll tell you this right now. I got done, and we were all like, dude, it's been a long day. And let me tell you something. Yamava was freaking packed yesterday.
Loud.
And I'm not just talking about the 909 Sports Bar where we've been out here for years and had great times, but the whole casino, man. The place was packed yesterday. And so when we got done after eating everything in sight all day.
Look at Parker actually throw those to me.
Yeah, may need those.
Look, Dude Wipes. We love Dude Wipes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, let's mark the tape here. Our friends at Dude Wipes, there's talk, Cappy.
Yeah.
And by the way, Bergie can now be involved in this, too, because I think Bergie's gotten in.
Oh, Bergie has become a pro scraper.
Yeah. I definitely need to do that.
I think our friends at Dude Wipes are going to be possibly coming on board to be our scraping partner.
Oh, we need it.
Of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
We need it. So I last night, after all these hours and hours, the games and the noise and we're on YouTube for 6 hours yesterday and just the fun.
By the way, 6 hours with no commercials.
Yeah, it was great. It was a blast,
It was a
actually.
lot.
It was a lot of fun. So I decided last night, I'm like, I need my peace. I can either hang out in my room, but I need a little bit of peace.
Right.
I went to the gym last night here at Yamava, which is also outrageous, okay?
Oh, I can only imagine. I did not.
And I spent an hour on the treadmill last night.
An hour?
Yeah, an hour.
What was your incline?
Oh, I was very slow.
You didn't go high incline?
No, this was not high incline. This was just walk it off.
Okay.
So I was at like 3.2 at 3.2 miles an hour at 3 elevation. An hour of watching postgame on the treadmill last night because that's how disgusted I was with my eating performance yesterday. I mean, it was world class, but when it was over, it was disgusting.
Listen, it was impressive, but it was also a little gluttonous what we did yesterday.
Oh, it was totally gluttonous. And when we sat down, I was like, I'm just going to eat.
No, Bergie was going for the fences.
I'm going right into this.
Right.
very much Cappy and I were going like
toe to
tit for
toe.
tat.
Right.
We were going right for it.
Right.
All right, 7:30 in the morning, the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Rams lose, but I want to play the Call Jacob play of the game. Let's play the highlight yesterday with Puka Nacua, Jorge.
3 left, Higbee right. He's away from center. Play action pass. Spins his head around, and he whistles one to the end zone. Caught by Puka at the front left pylon. On one strike, Matthew to Puka. He puts it in the paint, and the Rams are back. 2:06 to go in the third. 31-26 our score.
Puka, put it in the paint.
The play of the game, thanks to our friends at Call Jacob, the law offices of Jacob M. Ronnie. We know the number, 800-345-6789. So that was the call of the game. Unfortunately, though, the Rams didn't win.
Right, but you know what happened, though, right before that touchdown? You guys remember what happened. So the
this
Seahawks,
was terrible.
Right, the Seahawks actually looked like they were about to hold the Rams. And the Rams...
They did hold the Rams.
Yeah,
Right,
they did.
right.
And then
what happened is there was the unsportsmanlike penalty. What was the DB's name from Seattle?
Last name was Woolen.
So he's on the sideline, on the Rams sideline, taunting the Rams coaches. And Devontae Adams is standing there like pointing to the referee going, dude, are you seeing this? And the Rams coaches are like now kind of barking back, and Stafford is barking back. And it's like this guy... I mean, you rarely see something like that called where a player is taunting the other sideline and coaches. They called it, and on the next play, that's when the Rams went for the home run, which they got, obviously, and it brought it to within 4 points, but
his name is Tyreek Woolen, and that I really thought that was the end of the game. I really thought that the Rams were going to come back and win because of that play, and we were going to look back at that play and say, that right there, that was the turning point. That's what changed everything, because they did go the very next play straight to Puka Nacua, and it was all going to change right there.
And what happened is after the Nacua touchdown, then the broadcast went to the Seattle sideline to see what the reaction was, and his teammates were giving him all kinds of business. You know, like, dude, what are you doing, man?
That was dumb.
Like,
it was just dumb.
We just got them off the field, and you're going to do that? Like, grow up. Be a professional here, bro.
Standing on the Rams sideline, arguing. Like, what are you doing?
Arguing. He was barking at the coaching staff. It's like, hey, dude, there's more football to be played here. And that moment could have killed the Seahawks. And obviously, you saw what happened. The Rams went for the home run right afterwards. They got it. They scored. It's 27-31. And now the Rams have all the momentum, because what happens now is it's change of quarter. Now you go into the fourth quarter, and what happens? You're down by 4. Seattle has an 8-play, 29-yard drive. They take almost 5 minutes to go nowhere, and they punt the ball. And then they give the ball back to the Rams. Now the Rams have the momentum, right? The Seahawks made a stupid penalty on defense. The Rams scored a touchdown. The Rams defense holds Seattle late in the game, and the Rams get the ball back. And this is the drive that killed them. 14 plays, 84 yards, 7:24, and Stafford picks up the 4th and 1. Now it's 4th and 4. By the way, we all assumed they were going to score a touchdown, many plays earlier. Now it's 4th and 4. Stafford takes the ball, and Seattle's defense, which was showing
all over everyone.
But Seattle's defense showed that they were coming. And then as soon as he snapped the ball, everybody dropped back into coverage.
They dropped back.
And now he has nowhere to throw the ball.
It was a good defensive call. I wish Chris Shula made defensive calls like that. But let's play. So Booger McFarland was outspoken about the let's play the sound. Booger McFarland.
A lot of people were.
So the job of a coach is to put his team in the best situation. You got to understand situational football. Everybody knew the forecast for the game. You knew at some point the weather was going to get nasty. And at that point, you're up 7-0. All the momentum is with you. It's a 31-yard field goal. It's shorter than an extra point. Correct. Extra points are 33 yards. This is a 31-yard field goal. He turned it down. I don't care what analytics say. Sean Payton's job was to kick that field goal, go up 10-0.
Yeah, that's not
this is the
Talks
wrong
about
one.
both of them.
But he's the
general.
Right, but okay, but here's the thing. And Booger's point about Sean Payton taking the field goal to put Denver up 10-0 that's a good point. Booger's point later about how Sean McVey should have kicked the field goal, made the game 31-30, put your defense back out on the field, get another possession, and be in a position to kick a game-winning field goal. Mathematically, it makes sense. However, you don't know for sure that you're going to get the ball back, and ultimately what happened is the Rams did get the ball back with 25 seconds and 0 timeouts.
Well, the zero timeouts thing is we always do the bit about Sean McVay doesn't respect timeout integrity. That was a big problem because that moment, if you have a couple timeouts, if you had one timeout.
That's
all you need.
Well, Puka
you
makes the catch on the sideline.
Yeah.
You call timeout.
You call timeout, and then you actually have a play. And if you had another timeout, then you could kick a field goal. Well, at that point, they couldn't kick a field goal. But the point is you would have at least had more of a chance if you had some timeouts, but they didn't.
He made the point that if they would have kicked the field goal there, that would have put a lot more pressure on Sam Darnold because then it would have been it wouldn't have been able to just go back and kick the field goal.
Sure, but
and that's the moments that Sam Darnold seems to have all that pressure on him. That's the moment where he's always been expected to stand up and he hasn't been able to. So I think it could have been a big difference maker.
It could have been, but
we'll never know.
But what did you see from the Rams defense that would give you any confidence whatsoever that they were going to stop?
Well, that's
the
the point, Greg, and I think that's why Sean McVay made the decision he did.
He had to. It was an absolute right
call.
call.
Are we really going to put this Chris Shula-led defense back on the field to make a stop? Because they haven't been doing it.
The point, though, about putting pressure on Seattle, now you're up 31-30, Seattle, and you know that if you give the Rams the ball back, there is a possibility that they can kick a long field goal because everybody knows this kid Mevis and his career. I mean, he's a long-range guy based on his college career where he hit a 60-plus yard field goal in inclement weather for Missouri. So the thing is, it's a good point. Hey, you could have put more pressure on Darnold. You could have forced him to not run the ball. They got to go down the field. They got to score again. And he may have been prone to make a mistake. But I believe in the moment that it was with all the momentum that the Rams had. Remember, the Rams scored the touchdown on the Puka Nacua play at the end of the third quarter. The Seahawks punted in their first possession of the fourth quarter. The Rams got the ball and drove 84 yards down the field and did not get the score. But at that time, they had all the momentum. So I thought it was the right call to go for it. You're on the road. It's do or die. It's win or go home, or any other cliche that you can come up with.
And based on the magic that the Rams' high-powered offense often has had this season, you thought, especially when Stafford got the 4th and 1, you're like, okay, this is going to happen. It always happens. A little throw to Devontae
in the corner.
It's happened all season. Of course it's going to happen.
So I thought that was interesting. Like Devontae, they were trying to get Devontae in the corner, but he was just covered.
They were all over
beautifully.
Him. Seattle secondary was all over him.
They put him on the short side of the field, Cappy, and that feels like one of those times where you probably would want him on the big side, on the strong side of the field, so that you have so much more room to maneuver over there. I understand what that short side does work sometimes, but at the same time, put him on the other side too. Let him actually get some space to go over the top and get him in the back of the end zone.
You go back to that drive and the one where they don't get the touchdown, and they have a run with Kyren Williams, which is the series started after the Stafford first down. They have a 6-yard pass. It's 2nd and 4. They run with Kyren Williams. He gets nothing. So now it's 3rd and 4. And the first thing you do is you go right back to throwing the ball. And I was shocked that they went, and this is Stafford's decision, but you have Devontae Adams, you have Puka Nacua, you have all these tight ends.
And they go to Terrence Ferguson?
No, they went to Mumfield. They threw the ball who's a 7th-round first-year player. Now, he's made a couple of plays along the way, but, I mean, to me, I'm going to try everything I can to force the ball to 1, 2, or 3, and that's Puka, Devontae, and, tight end.
Colby Parkinson,
pick your guy.
Whoever it happens to be.
Right, and so that was an incomplete pass, and now it's 4th and 4, and you're on the 6-yard line. And, I mean, to me, the whole time they're driving, I'm just assuming they're going to score a touchdown. They were in total control. Even on that Stafford 4th and 1, he grinded it out. He found a way. There was at one point where he looked like he was going to throw. No, got to keep it and keep going. And he had to, essentially push through a tackle to get the first down.
It's an MVP type play.
There was no doubt in my mind that they were going to score a touchdown.
You brought that up, and that even makes the heartbreak worse. He's going to win the MVP.
He is going to win the MVP.
And he
made MVP type plays the entire game last night.
And it's meaningless, by the way.
And it's all completely meaningless because
who cares?
He couldn't find the end zone when it matters on that 4th down.
By the way, I want to put a bow on this. I want to hear, because I think we'll play the McVey sound coming back in the next segment about
What's Parker laughing at?
Poor Parker. It looks like he's crying over here. Like we're sitting over here and Parker's behind the camera. And I look over and I think he's crying.
What's wrong?
You were zoned out.
Oh, that's good.
He was looking at the view.
He was looking
at the view.
Oh, yeah, the view was so beautiful.
He lived the game.
Crying.
All right, let's hear this Chris Canty sound. Chris Canty, part of Unsportsmanlike, which you hear weekdays 3 to 7 a.m., about the McVey call to not kick the field goal.
I don't understand what Sean McVey was trying to do. You had 1st and 5 inside the 20-yard line, and 4 of the next 5 plays are passes. Run the damn football.
Yes.
Run the ball. At least have the threat of the running game. But when you have those condensed spaces down in the red zone, it gets tougher to throw the football. You got 7, 8 defenders sitting there with their heels on the goal line looking at your quarterback. To me, it was just a miss by Sean McVey. At that point in the game, you're down 4. I thought it was an unnecessary error from McVey. You could have kicked the field goal and had a situation where you're setting it up where you only need 3 at the end to win instead of having to drive the length of the field and get another touchdown.
I have to agree.
On the running the ball.
You got to run the ball. I mean, running the ball in the second half is what kind of slowed things down a little bit for the Rams and showed, hey, listen, we can, against this very tough and stout Seattle defense, we have an offensive line. We have 2 really good running backs. We have the threat of this high-powered passing game. Run the ball. As a matter of fact, if you go back to that series, you get down here, there was a 5-yard offside penalty. So it actually became 1st and 5 rather than 1st and 10. And then right away, man, right back to the pass, and then a run where you get nothing. And so for me at that point, I actually would have liked to have seen, and again, this is just all pure second guessing at this point, but on 3rd and 4, it's 4-down territory.
Right.
So I would rather run the ball on 3rd and 4 and see what I can get. And then if it gets to 4th down, now I've got them confused like, wait a second, they went back-to-back runs. What are they going to do here on 4th and short? Are they going to run? Or are they going to do what they did in the early part of the game where Kyron came around and scored a touchdown on a pass because you'd already set up the play action? Listen, we can sit here and nitpick, and Sean McVay is going to know more football by 40 years old than all of us will ever know combined for the rest of our lives. We get it. But running the football was critical in that moment, and he got away from the running game.
Totally agree with that part. They should have run, but I still don't agree with the whole kicking the field goal. I feel like it's like hindsight just to say that he should have. Oh yeah, you should have kicked the field goal. You should have kicked the field goal. It's hindsight. You absolutely should have gone for it on that 4th down. But you have to take the lead on the road, and that's Cappy's whole thing. Yes. On the road, do not kick field goals under 30.
When it's under 32 yards and you're the road team, you do not kick field goals unless it's putting you up in the game.
Yeah.
If
to be down.
No.
By the way, Sean Payton kicked the field goal in the second quarter of the AFC Championship game.
Sean Payton totally should have kicked that field goal.
And at the time, I said go for it.
Go up 2 scores.
But that was a problem.
And I love the aggressiveness of it all, but you have a backup quarterback, and you're at home, and you have a chance to take a 2-score lead, and you wind up losing by 3 points.
Broncos still covered, though.
They did.
I think that was my 15.
That was your 15.
They did cover.
All right, what's on tap today on ESPN LA? Lakers Bulls tonight from Chicago. Hey, everybody. The Toyota Lakers Countdown with Beto Durant starts at 3:30 p.m. I was going to say something, I won't. With tip-off at 5, hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. What's wrong?
No, I'm drinking black coffee. You know, and I'm trying to do.
Well, here's the one thing.
Do you not like black coffee?
No, I'm getting to it.
Hold on. They serve Starbucks here at Yamava.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Starbucks Americano, which is espresso.
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks coffee, they triple roast their beans, so it's a little rough. So Starbucks black coffee, because yesterday I had some too, it's very rough on the tummy.
Oh.
It's a little different than just drinking straight black coffee.
Okay, got it.
It's a different level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get over the bitterness of black coffee because I'm always such a creamer, sweetener guy.
You are a creamer type guy.
Coffee.
All right,
black coffee's the way to go.
The Sedano Kap Morning Show. When we come back 3 minutes from now, live from Yamava Resort Casino, the pool deck. Okay, we're having fun in frivolity, and we'll unpack more of the NFC Championship game. We'll hear some of the McVey post-game sound. That's up next on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Wake up, mongrels! It's a sad Monday. I know I'm sad. I'm going to go hug Cappy and warm up in just a few moments.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
What a year for LA sports. The Dodgers' epic Game 7 World Series victory. Shohei's unbelievable 3-homer, 10-strikeout playoff masterpiece. Luka Doncic joining the Lakers. Were one of those your top sports moment of the year? Or was it Kershaw's emotional final game at Chavez Ravine? LAFC landing Sung Hung Min or something else? Cast your vote at lasports.org/vote. Winners will be announced at the Los Angeles Sports Council's 20th Annual LA Sports Awards on January 28th. Vote today at lasports.org/vote.
And straight to the championship with a brand new truck from Northridge and Wondrous Toyota. Lease a brand new 2025 Tacoma for just $84 a month for 36 months plus tax, only from Northridge and Wondrous Toyota. You got a trade-in? Your ride could be worth more than you think. So get in the game with Northridge and Wondrous Toyota. They make it easy.
Tacoma model 7162G, VIN number 3TYJDAHN 1ST037657. Base excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, dealer options, and charges. $59.95 due at signing. $84 per month. Offer expires 1/31/2026.
Laker fans know when the shot's open, you take it. That's why National University helps busy students drive the lane on their goals. Flexible online classes, whole team support. Juggle your job, your life, and keep driving toward your degree. National University, official higher education sponsor of the 17-time champion LA Lakers. Take your shot and learn more at nu.edu. That's nu.edu.
Fuego. At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Talk about stepping up. It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Ah, the Internet, a place where your curiosity can flourish. Unless online threats stop you. The Internet is wonderful, but you need to protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. NordVPN encrypts your browsing. Its Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy. Powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You win?
Blame it on the blues. Got you feeling 7:48. Good morning, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Mongrel Monday, a Rams Reaction Monday, a Yamava Resort and Casino Monday. You win, as Yamava Resort and Casino likes to say. We are live from the pool deck. Now, for all of us, everybody that joined us yesterday at the 909 Sports Bar for our championship Sunday watch party, keep you the music there, Jorge. I'll get to it in a moment, the OTD. This is where we're going to be for Super Sunday. So get information now to join us Super Sunday. Same deal. You can watch the game with all of us. We are going to do a YouTube watch-along live from the pool deck here at Yamava Resort and Casino. Weather's supposed to be beautiful on Super Sunday. We now know we will be watching the Seahawks and the Patriots, a Super Bowl rematch, and then we will come out and do the show here Monday morning. Now, I don't know, and the great Megan from Yamava, she can tell us, are we going to be able to consume the amount of food up here that Super Sunday that Cappy did yesterday at the 909? Will it be the same deal? The same amount of food, or a little bit less, you think? Cappy, you might have to rein it back just a little bit.
Or maybe what I do is maybe I just put in a massive order and explain the waves. Because yesterday we said phase 1 we're going Asian. We're going with the Tai Chi restaurant upstairs.
Shouts out, by the way.
Phase 2 will be pizza. And then phase 3
really getting a chicken salad and a fruit cup to break the fast.
Right.
And by the way,
you went crazy after that.
I'll just say in 2009, the single, you hear it there, Blame It, was released by Jamie Foxx featuring T-Pain. Also today, and this is important for you, is Green Juice Day.
Oh.
You should have some green juice to kind of flush it out. How long do you think you're going to fast for today? I'm going to try to do 18 hours to kind of get everything out.
Well, I figure I stopped eating last night around like 6-ish or so.
Right.
And then I usually get to my 12:30, 1 o'clock. I think I'm going to be good. But I'm doing the black coffee.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from the sweetener and the sugars. And I'm already intermittent fasting by not eating over 18 hours, so I might as well try and get the full benefit.
Absolutely.
Peppy, you should steam it out or sweat it out.
I didn't get to the steam room last night. I would have loved to have, but I did get to the treadmills and I did get to the gym. Yamava is an amazing place. It really is. I mean, seriously.
This is gorgeous.
It is like, people always say, it's like Vegas in Southern California. Dude, the place was packed last night with people playing slots and table games and at the sports bar and watching the games. And we had a lot of great 710 listeners.
Amazing.
That came out yesterday.
Absolutely.
They wanted to hug it out, take pics, which was awesome, talk about the game. We had a great, great time. And the staff, oh, by the way, the young ladies that were helping us yesterday, Eileen, let me tell you what happened. Start this off. I said, hey, Eileen, here's $20. Like, this is a tip just to say, hey, thanks. You're going to be taking care of us during the day. Chris immediately went, yeah, you know what? Here's another $20. And then Lindsay went, you know what? Here's another $20. And then Bergman went, I got to go to an ATM machine. Right. I'm feeling awfully guilty right now. Right.
But I did.
So then he comes back and he gave her 20, and then we were like, well, we should get her to 100. So everybody threw in another 5, and we gave her $100 before we even got started. The staff here is so great.
And also, special shout out to Eddie Young from San Bernardino. He was out with us yesterday. Talked to me a lot after the game. Him and talked to me and Carlos Saisu about how much he loves the station. So, Eddie, thanks for coming on out. All right, George Sedano will join us in the 8 o'clock hour, get his full reaction. He will make very complex sports points, not simple points like we've been making.
I know. Well, you guys.
Not simpleton sports.
Here's the thing about you guys. You guys don't get football. You know what I mean?
We don't get sports in general.
No, generally speaking, you guys, like watching a game with you guys yesterday is like watching a game with two guys who've never seen a football game in their lives. You know what I mean?
It's the first time we actually watched football.
Right.
Yesterday was our first game.
Right. Let's hear
really
the Sean McVey walk-off interview yesterday after the game with JB and MJD right here on 710 ESPN.
Back at Lumen Field with the head coach of your Los Angeles Rams, 31-27 the final. Sean, I know it's always difficult to put your thoughts on a season in these moments, but we pass the mic to you and ask you to do the best you can.
Yeah. I love this team. Really proud of them, man. Just came up short today. I think the finality of all of it is, listening to that music in the background makes me want to throw up. I'll be honest with you. But, Seattle's a great team. They did enough to come away with the win, and love this team. One of my all-time favorites, and I think the finality of it all, it doesn't even feel real to me.
Coach Puka Nacua had another big day. It seemed like he was going. Talk about a little bit what he did tonight and how he did this season for you.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. I mean, I really thought our offense had pretty good control of the game. I mean, I thought, we just didn't get enough possessions, but, came up short on the one drive that we drove all the way down there, had our chances, but I thought the guys played really well offensively. Puka was outstanding. I thought Matthew was great. Devontae made his plays. Our backs played really tough. Colby made some big plays, and so, I'm proud of this football team. I love this team.
Sean, thank you as always for taking us along on another successful journey.
Thanks, guys.
His walk-off interview after the game with JB Long and MJD.
I think that was the first time he hasn't cursed in an interview.
He sounds heartbroken,
really
and I
does.
like to hear that he's heartbroken because I'm heartbroken about it, Cappy.
I look at the, he right away, he says, Matthew played a great game, and he mentions Puka and Devontae having played great games. You know who he didn't mention? He didn't mention Blake Corum and Kyron Williams. And when I look back at the numbers on these two guys, they really, to McVay's credit, they did a phenomenal job all season long of keeping both backs healthy by splitting the carries. And I know a lot of people said, well, why'd you sign Kyron Williams to a big contract before the season if he's only going to be a 50% of the time guy? And then you look back to last week and how Kyron dominated in the stats, the number of carries. So Blake Corum had 9 carries and Kyron Williams had 10. And combined, they had over 100 yards, if my math is right. Which
no,
it's not. It's
94.
close. Thank you. So thank you for doing the math.
Good job, Berg, on the math.
But think about that. 19 carries for 94 yards. That's damn good if I told you that was one individual player, which gets me back to you've got to sometimes just – I know he's pass happy. I know he's an offensive genius. I know that Stafford had this incredible year. But there are times in games, especially late in games, where you think you have control, where you've got to get back to running the football. And the thing is that if Kyron Williams had 13 carries and Blake Corum had 12, I'd be a lot happier. I know it's only six carries, but 9 carries for one and 10 for the other. That's not enough. And Sean might say, well, we didn't have enough possessions. That is in the early part of the game. They had total control of time of possession until you scored, late to take the lead and late in the first half. So there's just, to me, running the football is a critical part of what the Rams do and do well, and sometimes McVey gets away from it.
So that you can't, it's hard to say they didn't have enough possessions when they had 2 long possessions that were over 10 plays both times. They didn't score on the second one that we've talked about incessantly, but at the same time, when they were running the ball, that's when they had those long sustained drives to get down into the Seahawks zone. So yeah, they may not have enough possessions, but they also took a ton of time off the clock is what you wanted, and that's when you need it. So having 2 guys like this, it also keeps the defense off balance. If they think, oh, you're just going to pass, it will hold them off balance a little bit when throwing a run every once in a while.
19 carries between these 2 guys and, 10 and 9. I'm all for these guys splitting the carries because they're both productive in different ways. Blake Corum was outstanding during certain times during that game. Yeah. But just not enough of the run. And again, we're sort of nitpicking in the end. And I see a lot of our reaction in our YouTube, which is it's all on the special teams and it's all on the defense. And the offense doesn't deserve any blame of any kind. And I'm going to tell you guys, I disagree. I know that the stats look gaudy. And you're going to see Stafford's numbers and you're going to go, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He would have had an interception, and this game could have turned if it wasn't for Puka Nacua playing defensive back yet again. So Stafford's numbers are great. 22 of 35, 374, 3 touchdowns, no picks. But seriously, in the end, you've got to be able to run the football at times. By the way, Sam Darnold, for all the questions about Sam Darnold, his numbers are even better.
Those are gaudy numbers.
25 of 36, 346 for 3 touchdowns and no picks. It's just...
Saw 0 ghosts last
He did not see any ghosts.
No ghosts.
No. It was a good time for him not to see ghosts in the NFC Championship game. All right, Sedano is going to join us in a few moments, and we want to keep top of the hour integrity. So right now, let's talk about our friend Jacob and Ronnie, please.
Hey, let's do it. But I'll just say this. One other thing about McVey. Very testy in the post-game press conference on a question that everybody was going to ask.
Well, and we'll get to it.
Yeah, we will get to it. We will indeed. All right, let's talk about Jacob and Ronnie, everybody. Look, you're driving home, right? You're on the 405. You're thinking about dinner, kids, work, life. You got your mind kind of going. Traffic stops, but the car behind you doesn't. And
Bam!
And in 1 second, dude, you are in pain. Your car is smashed. Your whole week has just changed. Now, if that happened to you today, what's the first thing you do? Most people call their insurance company. Not the thing to do. Before you call the insurance company, you call Jacob and Ronnie. And by the way, the billboards are everywhere. You know that number. It's 800-345-6789. The law offices of Jacob and Ronnie, they're here so that you don't have to face this thing all by yourself. Jacob has spent years fighting for people who got hurt in crashes that they did not cause, right? He knows the tricks the insurance companies use to pay you as little as possible or rush you into a quick, cheap settlement. You should know this, though. You do not pay 1 penny, nothing, 0, nada. You don't pay anything unless Jacob wins. That is his promise. Jacob is also the official sponsor of the Rams, but his real team is you and your family when you're hurt and you're scared and you don't know what to do. So just remember the number. It's super easy. 800-345-6789. Save it in your phone right now. 800-345-6789. Or call Jacob.com.
If you're listening on the radio or the app and you're not watching on YouTube, the ad lib that we did of pressing each other while we say 6-7 is amazing. All right, coming up at 8 o'clock, we are coming up on 8 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. If you're listening on 7:10 a.m. on the all-new ESPN LA app, or you're with the Mongrels in the YouTube chat, thanks for joining us on a Monday morning, a sad Monday morning, as we react to the Rams losing in the NFC Championship game. And don't worry, we'll squeeze in the AFC Championship game at some point. But when we come back in 4 minutes, as we broadcast live from Yamaha Resort and Casino, the pool deck, Sedano's going to join us and give us his thoughts. That's coming up 4 minutes from right now. Mongrels, good morning. It's a Monday, and you're spending it with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
John Ireland for Blue Ice, the finest potato vodka sourced from Idaho and pure Snake River Aquafire water. Find classic Blue Ice vodka or any of their unique flavors in stores or ask for it by name. Blue Ice Vodka, because taste is everything.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing a dollar that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Dog.
For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where the game's legends make their mark and history is written.
It's official. The round that will long be remembered. Oh, yes! Ludwig Oberg.
February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that defined the Genesis Invitational. Get your tickets now at genesisinvitational.com.
Valentine's Day is near. Or is that a meat lover's pie from Good Times Pizza Company I smell? I'm in love. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Did I mention Valentine's Day and the dining? Book your romantic dinner at Cielo today.
Number 2.
Rick Ross, live, March 20th.
And the number 1 reason.
The Big Game Blitz, the biggest indoor tailgate in SoCal. Food, drinks, giveaways, the big game on big screens in our ballroom.
Morongo, good times.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a Pepper Thing! And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a pepper thing. Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a Pepper Thing!
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy, powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
8:04 in the morning, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on our Rams Reaction Monday. We are live from Yamava Resort and Casino, the pool deck. Cappy, we had an amazing championship Sunday yesterday at the 909 Sports Bar. And we will be here for Super Sunday to watch the big game out here on the pool deck. More information on how you can join us coming up, and we will do the broadcast out here Monday morning. It is warming up. It was about like 50 degrees when we started the show, but it's starting to warm up. Sun's getting out. What a beautiful morning it is. Not beautiful for Rams fans. And not beautiful. Is George Sedano there? Oh, he's not there. Sedano is not there yet. Okay. Well, meanwhile.
Yeah, meanwhile, this gives me an opportunity to make a point that I made a week ago. Today, 1 week ago today, for those of you that were with us, you may remember this point. I said, for as much as Cooper Kupp was hurt by the Rams letting him go last year, and most of us looking at it like, hey, look, we love Cooper Kupp. He's a great player. He's had an amazing career. He's going to go down as an all-time Rams legend, maybe that Davante Adams is an upgrade, even though Davante's a little bit older. But given Cooper Kupp and the injuries that he'd been sustaining, over the last couple of years, certainly since the last Super Bowl, it's like, you know what? Maybe it is time. And it's a ruthless business. We all understand it. But I said this last week. Cooper Kupp would have his opportunity at revenge against the team that let him go. And when you look yesterday at Puka Nacua and Davante Adams, these two guys combined yesterday for like 250 yards of receiving, And on the other hand, you had Jackson Smith and Jigba, who by himself had 153, and Cooper Kupp, who had 4 catches for 36 yards. But 2 in particular were incredibly impactful, including the touchdown reception.
Yeah, the touchdown.
So Cooper Kupp, think about what is going on in his mind today. Like a year ago, they let him go. He was very upset about it. He actually was public about it. He didn't think that they treated him the way he should have been treated. And certainly he was upset that he was not going to be with the Rams going forward. But a year later, so to speak, he's going to the Super Bowl with his hometown team, and the way he got to the Super Bowl was by beating the team that he felt disrespected him on the way out the door. And by the way, let me just take a pause for a second here and just say this. This is an amazing life lesson.
What's that, Cappy?
You think, hey, I got fired. Oh, my God, this is the worst day of my life. What's going to happen? This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And a year later, you're going to the Super Bowl with the team that's from your hometown that knocked off the team that you felt disrespected by. So whatever it is today, a year from now, you're going to look back and go, you know what? It actually turned out to be a great thing.
8:07 in the morning on a Monday. I just texted him to say, hey, are you able to come on? Because I'm so tired of these simpleton sports takes of Cappy and Bergman. The great George Sedano now joins us on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Good morning, George.
Those simpleton takes were referring to you in our group text yesterday. Actually.
Well, that's why we've been doing the bit all morning about, guys, no simpleton sports takes. We need Sedano to give us real sports takes.
Well, I don't know about me being real. I thought Cappy was on it yesterday. I felt like, when in the group text personally, but it was more you. You were like sitting there screaming about Chris Shula. It was like
I was, and I started the show, Chris. I got down on my knees here at Yamava Resort Casino, the pool deck, and I prayed to God that he would take a head coaching job. And I guarantee you, Sean McVey is also praying to God that he takes a head coaching job and leaves.
No, I don't think. Look, I mean, that game was not an issue with Chris Shula. That game is an issue because we knew the secondary was not good going into the game. Like, we knew that was the case. And by the way, to me, the biggest key of the game was Xavier Smith's muffed punt. Like, that you can't have a special teams blunder of that capacity at that moment on that part of the field and just gift them 7 points, basically. Like, if you have in the NFL, I don't know the exact numbers, but I did see some reference to this yesterday. If you allow in football a blocked punt, you fumble a punt or a kickoff deep in your territory, and the other team's going to score a touchdown overwhelmingly in that scenario. The chances of them scoring a touchdown on a short field are nearly 70 in the 70 percentile. Okay. So that's not Chris Shula's fault that happened. Sam Darnold also, how about giving credit to him? We sat there and wondered, could he elevate his game? He played great, okay? The Rams' entire season, for the most part, was predicated on pressure with the front four. And they did a decent job at times, but other times they didn't. And he sent pressure, that Cam Kitchen sack. So this notion to just make it so it's just a lazy take to say, oh, it's the coach's fault. How about the players execute too, okay? And they knew their secondary wasn't very good at times this year, and they did everything they could to mask that. And this is a Seattle team you're seeing for the third time, so it becomes harder to mask that.
I like to blame people, though, for something. So
well, we know that.
No, but you're lazy.
It's a lazy take.
No, I agree. I agree.
But no, are you going to – so you started the show, Cappy, by saying people that go after just the punt issue and the fumble, that's lazy. And you said that you have more to unpack there. So I think this is – don't be afraid of Sedano.
Oh,
you need to unpack.
Well, first of all, I'm just going to say for the record, I never use lazy take. I tried to actually destroy lazy take, by just using it all the time. I wasn't able to do it. I'm on the verge of ruining 6-7, but that's another story. George, the punt muff is a monster play in the game because the Seahawks, let's go back a little bit. At the end of the second quarter, remember, the Rams took the lead 13-10. And then when the Rams took that lead, they gave the ball back to the Seahawks. The Seahawks went 3 plays, 2 yards, took 22 seconds off the clock. Mm-hmm. So at 13-10, the Rams now have the momentum, and the Seahawks offense is sputtering. So then they punt the ball to the Rams. The Rams get the ball. They've got all the juice now. They got the place quieted down. They've taken the lead. You got to put points on the board. And what did the Rams do? The Rams go 3 plays, 5 yards, 39 seconds. In that moment, I was like, this is the biggest drive of the game. And Lindsay actually said to me, up until now. And I said, yeah, you're right. Because you had the lead, and you forced them into a 3-and-out, and you got the ball back, and all you could do was produce 5 yards over the course of 39 seconds. But here's the bigger problem. You gave the ball back to Darnold and the Seahawks offense, and they went 6 plays, 74 yards in 34 seconds, and took the lead 17-13. So for all the talk about what's going to happen in the beginning of the next quarter, because Seattle's going to get the ball back, the Rams defense comes out, shuts Seattle's offense down 5 plays, 7 yards, under 3 minutes. They punt the ball, and we all know about the muff. But for me, I'm actually going back into the latter part of the second quarter because that's where the Rams had the lead and should have gone up by 2 scores in that moment. And 13-10 became 17-13, and it was a huge problem.
Yeah,
what do you say to all that?
I'm not disagreeing with you by extending that. I would agree. Look, there's a saying in football, you got to win the middle 8, right? Which is, the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. And to your point, that's exactly what the Seahawks were able to do. But they would not have had a chance to win the middle 8, or at least the Rams would have potentially had a chance to at least be competitive in the middle 8 had the muff punt not happened. But I'm not going to argue with you about the way the half ended.
Then after the muff punt and the Seahawks score the touchdown, they go up 24-13.
Chris, did you write that down, the middle 8, for next time?
I didn't, but Cappy and I did look at each other like, oh, that was impressive.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. I like the middle 8. That
was a good one. Last 4, next 4. I like that.
I like that one.
But, George, it's 24-13, and you're thinking to yourself, uh-oh. But you know what happens? The Rams get the ball back and score very quickly. Yeah. And so now it's 24-20, and you're going, okay. I mean, this game's going back and forth. This is the heavyweight fight, and these guys are just landing haymakers.
Yeah.
Seattle gets the ball back. They score again, 31-20.
Yeah.
And then we know what happened on the next series, which is the end of the third quarter, where it looks like the Rams are shut down, but if not for a stupid penalty.
Oh, my God. Tyreek Woolen was going to be the GOAT of this game, and not in, like, the greatest of all time, as in a traditional version of the GOAT, because not only did he have the dumbest penalty in the history of penalties, it was 4th and 12. I mean, Burkhardt could not have said that more times during the broadcast. And then he gave up the touchdown. So he got burned on the other side too. So yeah, I was like, holy mo! I thought that was the thing that was going to turn the tide for the Rams, like, for good in that scenario.
Right. So then what the Rams do is on the next play, to your point, he gets burned. Puka scores that touchdown. It's 31-27, end of the third quarter. Let's go to the fourth. And at the beginning of the fourth quarter, where it seems like the Rams have now taken the momentum back from the Seahawks punt the ball to the Rams in their first possession. The Rams now go 14 plays, 84 yards, 7 minutes and 24 seconds eaten off the clock. And we know by now what happened, which is they decide to go for it on 4th and short. Stafford picks up the first down.
Now,
run.
Now, what did you not like about that situation? I mean, I don't think you kick a field goal there. Like, I was okay with them going for it. I just felt like, the Seahawks did a great job. And honestly, I know I've been very critical of Brady, and I still don't think he's great. But that play, I thought he did a good job of discussing what happened there, where Seattle's crowding the line of scrimmage on that 4th down play. I mean, there's 7 or 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, and then they dropped back and really closed the windows for Stafford in that scenario.
Yeah, I mean, it was if it's not for Tom Brady as the analyst, and by the way, it could have been Drew Brees, it could have been Chris Collinsworth, it could have been Troy Aikman. They're looking at the game in a way that the average fan either A, just doesn't know, or B, just can't pick up on television because of the way it's being shown. But for a guy like Brady to immediately say, look, they've loaded up the box, and Stafford thinks this is the coverage, and as soon as he snaps the ball and everybody drops back into coverage, that is not what the Rams were expecting, and therefore he had nowhere to go. I'm with you. I don't think you kick the field goal. I think you go for the win in that moment. But for me, my biggest issue is you got to run the football.
Yes, I thought on third down you needed to run the ball.
Because it's 4-down territory.
Correct.
And remember, there was an offsides penalty, so 1st and 10 became 1st and 5.
Right.
And then before you knew it, it was 2nd and 4, 3rd and 4, and 4th and 4. And it just, to me, you got to run the ball when you have a short yardage situation.
Yeah. Well, 1st and 5 was on was before that. They picked up the first down because they had a 6-yard pass to Nakua that it was 1st and 10 from the 12 at that point because they could have gotten on first down too. That, but more to your point about running the ball.
Well, and in that moment after the penalty, they ran the ball with Blake Corum. He got no yardage. Right. So then, to your point, then it was 1st and 5. What did they do? Pass, another run for nothing, and then an incompletion, and then the last incompletion. So they ran the ball on 2nd and 4. Then they threw on 3rd and 4
with Kyron Williams up the middle, no gain. Right.
Right. I would have if it were me. And this is all.
I would have ran it on 3rd down. Yes.
Absolutely, because if it's 3rd and 4 and you get it to 4th and 2, now you have a variety of choices.
Yes.
On short yardage.
Yeah, including Stafford running for it. Which, God, man, I thought this thing was going there when Stafford picked up that first down earlier in that game. I was like, look at Matt Stafford, okay, like putting his body on the line. I was like, wow, good for him.
I haven't looked back to see, but I think that yesterday, because I only know this because I decided to play on I played on Prize Picks Stafford for more than half a yard rushing.
Yeah, right. Does the sack total count in that scenario? Or no?
It does not. But Stafford's total line for yesterday's game, 2 carries, 16 yards.
Yeah,
not bad.
So I would look back and see, is that the biggest rushing performance that
life?
Stafford has had? Yeah, maybe of his life, certainly of his Rams career, and certainly of this season.
You know who was big on Prize Picks yesterday too, George? The one and only Lindsay Baseball. She got into Prize Picks yesterday during the game.
And I won, too. I won pretty big.
Let me tell you something. That is the greatest thing that could happen to you, and it's the greatest thing that could happen to Prize Picks. They got you. They got you with immediate wins. They got you, Lindsay.
Yeah. George, I did really well on the advice of Cappy. So thank you, Cappy.
Good job,
Matthew
Cappy.
Stafford's highest rushing total in a single NFL game is 37 yards, October 18th, 2015.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. But a much younger Matthew Stafford at that point. That was 11 years
running
ago.
for your life, Matthew Stafford.
Against the Bears.
Yeah. Cappy, let me ask you this. Would you, when you look at that game, okay, I think I want to know what you'd think. Like, what other than that, is there anything else you would have done differently if you were the Rams?
Well, I guess when I look at the front 7 of the defense, I would have tried to have figured out, and by the way, I'm not a defensive coordinator. Chris Shula is. This is on him. You mentioned the Kinchin sack from earlier, George. That was a brilliant call at the exact right time, and Sam Darnold did not see that kid coming through and got that sack. There was the Fisk sack earlier where there was some pressure, and there was actually a third sack, but it just didn't feel like there was nearly enough pressure, and that's why the secondary looks so exposed. I mean, we knew they were a weak link. We know they don't have a true cover corner.
Yeah.
There is no Darryl Stingley Jr. in this secondary.
Right, but you run the risk if you do that too much, then you're definitely giving up more big plays than you've already given up, right? Like, that is the risk, right? If you bring a safety down, like Kitchens, more regularly, then you are exposing your secondary even further if they are able to get the ball out quickly.
And that's what really happened here is that when you don't have great pass rush, when guys like Byron Young and Jared Verse aren't winning individual battles so that they can put pressure on a quarterback, not purely through scheme, but through strength, through speed, through hand motions, etc. If you can't get pressure on the quarterback and your secondary doesn't have a true lockdown corner, that secondary is going to be exposed. They are protected by the pass rush, which was maybe the first 10, 11 weeks of the season. But the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season, they were getting scorched, not just in scoring, but also in red zone defense. So, when it, again, for me, if you said to me, what's one thing you would do that he didn't do, McVey, I would have run the ball more because Corum had 9 carries and Kyron Williams had 10.
Yeah,
What's on
I would.
tap
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No,
I have one more, but we could save it for the other side.
Yeah, let's save it. Let's save it for the other side. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? Lakers Bulls tonight from Chicago. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Durant starts at 3:30 p.m. with tip-off at 5. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. It is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We are live from the pool deck here at the beautiful Yamava Resort and Casino. Sedano's with us for this 8 o'clock hour. We will get his point in about 3 minutes. But first, guys, let's talk about our friends at VisionWorks, Cappy.
So, very simple, the shopping process at VisionWorks. Because unlike other brands, VisionWorks makes things simple by organizing the frames by the shape and the price. I like that. I'm a big fan of organization, Make it easy for me. And then also the scheduling thing, because I know you guys are all busy. We're all busy, right? You can schedule that eye exam at VisionWorks, and it's going to fit your schedule. Could be weekends, could be evenings, but literally at every location, they're willing to work around your schedule, Lindsay Baseball.
That's right, Cappy. And you mentioned that, you love an organized and easy way to shop. You can shop online by brand because they've got all the brands that you love all in one place.
Here's the best part. They got a 100-day guarantee. So, 100 days from now, hopefully the Rams have a new defensive coordinator.
Oh, wow.
And wow. Sean McVay's got good vision, so maybe he needs to go to VisionWorks if he doesn't think that he should get a new defensive coordinator. But nevertheless, when you go to VisionWorks, they'll give you a 100-day guarantee, which means you want to like those. And if you don't like them, they're gonna make sure you like them and get you a new pair only at our friends at VisionWorks. And it's tax season. Tax season is upon us. And don't spend that tax return on potato chips and soda. Don't be...
But I don't know. What are you going to do with your tax return? I'm trying to decide. Potato chips and soda, or I need new glasses.
Don't be a scumbag.
I haven't figured it out.
And spend your tax refund on tasty treats. Go see our friends at VisionWorks. Get that annual eye exam, too, at VisionWorks. And, Cappy, they got the BOGO.
Yeah, we're going in. We're going to get the 2-for-1. We're coming on down. As soon as the Super Bowl's over, we're going into VisionWorks. We're getting our eyes looked at. We're getting our new glasses. And we can't wait to go visit all of our friends at VisionWorks.
8:23 in the morning, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on Monday morning. Mongrels, I'm heartbroken. Sedano's going to make us feel better in 3 minutes from right now on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Not sure what to do this week? The answer is always Cosm. If you're still watching NBA games on your phone or rewatching The Matrix on a flat screen, stop. Cosm delivers the ultimate immersive experience. And this week is the week to see it. Watch live NBA games like OKC Milwaukee and Golden State versus Dallas on massive, high-resolution displays surrounded by fans who actually react to every run, every dunk, every big moment. Then come back another day and experience immersive cinema like The Matrix or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in shared reality, where the screen wraps around you and pulls you straight into the movie. And this week in the Premier League, Bournemouth takes on Liverpool in exciting soccer action. And this weekend in both the Dome and Hall, the AFC and NFC Championship games. The Hall features wall-to-wall multi-view sports, so you can catch every game at once with no remote required. There's a full menu of local food favorites, craft cocktails, and beers. And top it off at the deck, Cosm's panoramic rooftop bar with incredible views. Get tickets and full event details now at Cosm.com. That's your Cosm calendar.
Oh.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me."
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Tell you, I can't wait to hear the Rich Eisen Show. Hear what Rich has to say about both the NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship games yesterday. It is our Reaction Monday, a Rams Reaction Monday. We are live, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show at 8:27 on this Monday. A little bit of a brisk. It's 58 degrees outside here at the pool deck at Yamava Resort and Casino.
Looks
what
pretty.
an amazing day we had yesterday at the 909 Sports Bar. What now?
I said it looks pretty.
Parker, I have headphones on.
beautiful.
I can't hear you.
It is actually beautiful.
Why don't you go back to talking to Lindsay? I don't have time for you right now. God.
But it is a little chilly.
It's going to make me throw cough drops in the pool like I did.
Oh, I know. George, you know about what happened earlier today?
No, I missed it.
Chris got very upset. He was, doing what he does. Chris Shula should be fired.
No, it
that
was
whole
because of
thing.
the liner. So here's what the liner said. George, you tell me if you like this or not.
Yeah.
The liner is 3-2.
3-2.
It's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to a tough one for the Rams. And I look over at Janessa, who writes these, and I love Janessa, but I go, a tough one? This is the NFC Championship game they lost. It's a heartbreaking one, and then I threw cough drops in the pool.
He threw cough drops in the pool.
Well, that's what I can get my hands on.
Right here. But, he threw stuff in the pool.
Well, I'm going to have to go get it now.
So now he either has to skim the cough drops out of the pool, or he's going to have to actually get in to go get them, because it could be tough to skim the cough drops. Now, by the way, the Vaporub, it has sunk to the bottom of the pool here at Yamava.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised it's not dissipating like it would in your mouth.
Right.
They may have to drain the whole pool here. I don't know what's going to happen.
Now, it'd be interesting because I feel like this could be an interesting situation where you have Bit Boy becoming Pool Boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bit Boy. Pool Bit Boy, Bit Pool Boy. I don't know, man. But on Super Sunday, though, on that last week,
we will be here for Super Sunday.
You got to bring out your drawers, man.
I will.
You got to be in.
But I got to get waxed.
You got to be in pool gear.
I haven't been waxed since a year ago. Really, the hospital say.
So George, you were about to say before we hit the break about something else, because you asked me. You said if you could go back and you could do one thing over again.
Right. We're Monday morning quarterbacking, literally this thing.
Right.
Right.
And I said I'd run the ball more.
Yeah,
really, you had
agreement.
19 carries for almost 100 yards between the two running backs. I would have liked to have seen them get 25 total carries, get themselves 100-plus yards. Again, it all goes back to that drive where on 4th and 4, Stafford doesn't have anybody open, and they wind up turning the ball over on downs. But they're down 4 points, and I think everybody who was watching that drive was like, well, they're going in for the lead. They're going to score a touchdown here. And then all of a sudden the whole drive stalled. What about for you? What would you do different?
I would have at least challenged the Cooper Kupp first down.
Well, he had the flag out, and they were talking. The refs were talking to him. We couldn't hear the broadcast, but it looked like he wanted to challenge.
He was thinking about it, but I think I don't know what they may have said to him. It would have been close, because they would have had to have seen a video of where his body touched and where the ball was, and they would have had to have gone frame by frame, but I would imagine in a game like that, they would have had the ability to do that. I thought it was close enough to challenge because I thought he was down before the nose of the ball got to the line to gain. But maybe I'm wrong, but I think you roll the dice there.
Yeah, in that moment, by the way, Lindsay, it was either, wow, that sucks for the Rams, or wow, that's really good for me, because all she needed was like one more yard for Cooper Kupp
Literally 1 yard.
to win her prize pick.
Didn't he lose the ball in that play too? When he hit the ground?
Well,
the
no,
ball
but they
came
said
out
they
also.
did, but they said it was a catch, and I tend to agree with the officials that part of it that he was already down before the ball popped out.
But he didn't survive the end of he didn't complete the catch. He hit the ground.
Right? No,
and the ball
yes, he did
popped
because
out.
it's his body. No, it's different because. Do you want me to call Monty McCutcheon again? I'm just kidding.
No, my guy is Mike Carey. Remember? Mike Carey for football.
Surviving the ground, Greg, is when like the hands hit first. In his case, the butt or the body hit first, and the ball was secure. So that's there's no question it was a catch, in my opinion.
Yeah. But it's so funny because now every time that happens, and it's happened a bunch since the Denver-Buffalo game, and it happened in the Houston-Pittsburgh game, or was it the Houston-New England game? Every time it's happened since, I'm like, that's a live ball. But no, he's down. Wait, but what's the difference between that and what happened in the Denver-Buffalo game? It has become, I'd say, less of a talking point, but I know for me it's at the top of my radar, like, wait a second, that seems like the exact same circumstance that happened in the Denver-Buffalo game.
Looked like
yeah,
it to
but
me.
I didn't think the Kupp one was like that necessarily.
George, you mentioned Cooper Kupp, and I'm glad you did because I was kind of going on this rant before
I
you were
heard
joining us.
Yeah.
And the thing about Cooper Kupp is, he thought that getting let go by the Rams was the worst thing. It was embarrassing. He felt disrespected, et cetera, et cetera. And then he finds himself with an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl against the Rams and winds up making several impactful plays, including the touchdown and then the play you're just talking about. So it really just goes back to, it always sucks to be let go, or to be insulted in some way, the way he took it. But here he is a year later, and now he's going to the Super Bowl for the second time. I mean, or was he on the first Super Bowl team? The one with Jared Goff in Atlanta. But anyway, he's going back to the Super Bowl.
He's been there the whole time, yeah.
Yeah, he's going back to the Super Bowl with his hometown team in his first year. And that's another thing. Sam Darnold, how frequently do you see a guy in free agency take over a team as a starting quarterback and lead a team to a Super Bowl? Somebody's going to have to do the research because I don't know if it's ever really happened. I mean, it's these storylines of Sam Darnold.
A lot of Radio Rinaldi for you.
And I'll give you one more.
2 weeks of Radio Rinaldi ahead.
I'll give you one more guy who is probably so happy that not only is he going to the Super Bowl, but he's so happy that he knocked the Rams out to get to the Super Bowl.
I think I know.
He was the leading tackler yesterday.
Yep.
8 total tackles. 6 of them were solo.
Oh, Ernest Jones.
Ernest Jones.
He was very excited.
Remember when Ernest Jones got traded by the Rams to the Tennessee Titans? It was like, hey, we don't think you're that good. We're not playing this game with you of how much money you think you should be earning. So guess what? Here's your reward. Go to the Tennessee Titans. And Ernest Jones.
They don't care about middle linebackers?
He comes back and gets to the Seahawks a year after that. And now here he is going to the Super Bowl and knocking the Rams out. So guys like Cooper Kupp and Ernest Jones, former Rams who felt disrespected, they had their revenge yesterday.
Earlier in the season when Cooper Kupp looked not even mid for the Seahawks, we were all saying Sean McVey and my guy Les Snead, they know football. They knew that it was done. It was time to move on. And for most of the season, it looked like that was absolutely right. But he came back to haunt him in the NFC Championship game. He did.
Okay, but they still made the right decision.
Of
I'd
course.
rather have
They still
Devontae
did, but
Adams
of
10
course.
times out of 10 over Cooper Kupp at this stage of his career.
But here's the point for purposes of sports radio, George. Today we can say that Cooper Kupp came back to haunt them in the NFC Championship
Sure,
game.
I get it, but whatever. I don't know. Again, more lazy analysis.
Come on, man. What's
Simpleton
with you?
take.
I mean,
Simpleton
God,
take.
you are such a lazy simpleton. It's
I mean, listen, I know the
3
mongrels
hours,
got to be on my side because they don't like you. So I would imagine I'm doing the Hulk Hogan cup
No,
my
unfortunately,
hands
a lot
to
of
my ears.
a lot of our mongrels the last few days are Seahawks people coming in, and they are very upset with all of us, including
I don't care.
That
Who cares?
That
Like,
quote from you about how confident you are.
I
was confident
listen.
too.
If we don't get a muff punt, Rams win the game. End of story. Like it is that simple. If you want to be simpleton.
Wow. So he's trying to talk your language.
Yeah, I don't know if that's completely true. It didn't help, but
what do you mean it didn't
just
help? Chris, I told you.
The muff punt.
You get a punt block, muff punt, fumble kickoff. I mean, you lose that game 3 out of 4 times, more depending on when it happens in the game. But you lose that game. Generally speaking, most teams lose that game. The fact that they were still in the game to me was impressive, and the fact they could have still won the game is even more impressive.
Are you saying if the muff punt doesn't happen, they win the game?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Well, remember,
you do not.
I think that they have a better chance of winning, but I said from the moment the Rashid Shaheed pass happened, what was that, the second play of the Seahawks offensive game, that, they came to play today, and it was a different story. And I don't feel, even though
they came to play. They came to play all the other 2 times, too. The games were one-score games the entire time.
All we talked about was how we haunted Sam Darnold in these 2 matchups and all the interceptions.
Well, so if you're going to – and it's what I said when I came on. I said 2 things. I said the muffed punt, and if you're going to do anything, and you are not good at this, you always want to rip the defensive coordinator or rip a coach or rip this or rip that, you got to tip your cap to Sam Darnold.
Absolutely.
Sam Darnold had never been in a game of this magnitude. Sam Darnold to Cappy's Radio Rinaldi. Go ahead, Cappy. Start. I'm gonna tee you up right where you need to be on Sam Darnold. Okay.
Here's what Sam Darnold didn't do. He didn't like Josh Allen yesterday.
No, but Sam Darnold persevered.
He did.
Sam Darnold
deserves all the credit in the world right now.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. If there's anyone that deserves a mea culpa from everybody in the football world, it's Sam Darnold. Now, we've been pretty big on Sam on this show. We did state the obvious, which he'd never been in a game like this, and I would trust Stafford over him. I mean, Stafford still had a fantastic game. But it boiled down to more than that. Special teams is a big part of it. To me, the 2 biggest things, the special teams blunder, and Sam Darnold stepping up to the moment, having the greatest game of his career.
Yeah, for me, it's 2 things. It's the muff punt, which obviously everybody will look at, and they'll go back and they'll say all year long the special teams were the problem. You'll look back at that Philadelphia game of blocked field goals. You'll look back at the Seattle game during the regular season at the end of the year and the punt return for a touchdown. We're going to look at special teams all year long. So it's obviously a huge part. The defense, look, everybody's going to criticize the secondary, but I still look at the front and I say you guys got to put pressure on there to protect your secondary. And while nobody will do it because everybody loves McVey, and that's cool. I do too. Everybody loves Stafford. I get that as well. And everybody will look at Stafford's line and they'll go, look how awesome he was. But if it wasn't for Puka Nacua, who's the best defensive back on the Rams, yet again pulling an interception right out of a defensive back's hands, his stat line might not have looked so good, number 1. And number 2, you had 2 offensive series that will stand out to me forever. It's the end of the first half where you can't do anything with the ball when you've taken momentum and you've got a 13-10 lead. And it's the 4th and 4 play, which, again, I go back and I say you should have run the ball and set up for 4th and short. Or who knows, maybe Kyron Williams would have gone in. So the offense is not without blame. Complimentary football, complimentary blame. Goes around for everybody, George.
No, I don't disagree. But, again, if we're, to use the Kamenetsky's blame pie, the offense gets the smallest slice of that. Not to say, as we've dissected already, that there weren't things that maybe you could have done differently in hindsight, or maybe even in foresight, as to your point. But that's not the overwhelming majority. It's a very small piece of the puzzle that the offense should be blamed on.
Listen, again, I get it, but I'll just say this. What's the strength of the Rams? Of all 3 phases, what's their strength?
Their offense.
Right, and so the offense had opportunities to win that game for them.
But the offense put up 27 points against one of the best defenses in the sport.
And one of the better offenses with Sam Darnold showing you that he could get the job done. They had a phenomenal game. And Jackson Smith-Njigba is
arguably the best receiver in the sport. Like, he's in that conversation, yes.
Absolutely.
So, George, to that point, we had that poll during our watch party yesterday on YouTube. Him or Puka?
They're just different receivers. I think you're splitting hairs with either guy. Like, you're.
Well, I know it's a simple take, but it was part of our poll yesterday.
No, I agree. You're splitting hairs. I mean, I think every team. You ask any team in the world, would you rather have either guy? They'd be like, I'll take either one. Feel free, whichever one you want. I'll take the other. Like, I don't think there's again, a huge disparity between either.
I'm going to give you another simple thing.
Let me hear.
As a USC guy now, Obviously, I'm heartbroken. I couldn't put my Rams chain on. A tear rolled down my cheek looking in the mirror this morning when I was getting ready in the beautiful hotel room here at Yamava Resort and Casino. But, George, do I root for the Seahawks because of Sam Darnold?
Oh, no, absolutely.
So I do.
Told him that exact same thing.
I don't think there's any question. Look, first of all, if you're a Rams fan, you want the team that beat you to win the Super Bowl at this point.
Okay.
Right? Kind of like last year. I know the Eagles
like
lost.
that, huh?
I don't like rooting for a team in my division.
All right.
Personally.
Okay. Well, you're also a Raider
George,
fan. I mean,
George,
they've also
I
been
am.
terrible for 25 years or whatever it's been.
I
so
got
there's
you.
that.
Wow.
He's been
I mean,
waiting.
there is
He's been
that.
waiting.
Right.
And you're also not even a
Raider hat
USC
yesterday.
fan. You're a UCLA
No,
fan,
exactly.
so you don't like Sam Darnold either.
No, I don't. Absolutely. That ruins my narrative. I said it earlier.
I think
USC quarterback in the
this
Super Bowl is terrible
listen,
for me.
I've been really supportive. I mean, I said to you this offseason, I said to you, or last offseason, I'm like, you guys, why didn't you go after Sam Darnold instead of Geno Smith? And you guys laughed at me. You and Cappy, Sam Darnold.
No, so Sam
KOC,
Darnold.
this, that, and the other. He's a product of KOC and Kyle Shanahan. I don't know. He looks pretty darn good now.
No, if you put him on the Raiders just like Geno Smith, he would have basically the same season.
No,
as
he would
Geno
not.
Smith.
No way.
Yes, he would have.
No
Yes,
chance.
100%.
No
Yes,
way.
100% he would
Nope.
have.
With that offensive line, he would have
Nope.
been killed.
Yes, he would have.
He would have been killed.
What would he
First of all,
have
he's
done?
way more mobile than Geno Smith. Okay, in my opinion, he's a better athlete than Geno Smith. And I would say that no, I mean the Raiders are still not a playoff team. It's not like he's elevating them to that, but they wouldn't be the complete unmitigated disaster that they are now.
I actually disagree. I'll push back and say I disagree with that. I think
Give
that
him the-
people
give the stats.
people would have said about Sam Darnold this year the things they're saying about Geno Smith, and it's interesting because we went back and looked at these numbers.
Nope.
The numbers for Geno Smith in his final year in Seattle versus Sam Darnold's number in his first year in Seattle, they are literally, virtually the exact same stats. So Geno's last year in Seattle and Darnold's first year in Seattle, the numbers are exactly the same. So if you just take that and you put that and you apply it to what would Darnold have been with the Raiders, as bad as the Raiders' offensive line and receivers were, I think it's very conceivable that if Darnold went to the Raiders, the things people are saying now about the Raiders, like needing to immediately go and get Fernando Mendoza as the number one pick,
It would have been the same.
they'd be in the same boat.
It's the same thing as Sam.
I don't agree with that.
It would have been Sam Darnold with the Jets. It would have been Sam Darnold with the Panthers, not Sam Darnold with the Vikings or with San Francisco. This Raider team was not going to have a good quarterback with that offensive line hurt all up and down of it. Wasn't going to happen.
They're not going to be great because of the offensive line. I'm with you on that. But it would have been better with Sam. Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Geno Smith, man. Like there's no argument here. Geno Smith could not have taken this Seattle team to where Sam Darnold has them now. No chance in hell.
Wouldn't have had the performance that Sam Darnold did yesterday.
No, I agree with that, but it's also you could have put Patrick Mahomes behind that offensive line. He would have been killed.
Okay, I think you're really crazy, but okay.
Yeah, now you're stressed.
That's lazy.
That's
lazy.
No, that's not lazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, not lazy. Crazy.
All right, the Morning Wood, that was part of our Morning Wood. Brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, the home of the hardwood, too, and the Morning Wood. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-624-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. We were in a group chat yesterday with the great Steven Hernandez. I know he's heartbroken because we're Rams chain brothers, and we both couldn't wear the Rams chain today. Meanwhile, at 8:43, we are live from the pool deck. Let me say it again. At Yamava Resort and Casino, still a brisk 58 degrees out here. I'm a little chilly. That's why
I think it's colder than that.
You think so?
Yeah.
But right now, before we continue with Shina, you and Sedano talk about our friends who Windsy Baseball won yesterday on Prize Picks.
Oh, listen, Prize Picks is the place to be if you want sports action in the state of California. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code CAPPY, KAPPY. Your first $5 lineup gets you a $50 lineup bonus. It's very simple to play Prize Picks. It's more, it's less. Okay? There's a stat projection for every player imaginable and every sport imaginable, right? For football, quarterback, someone like Sam Darnold, for example, could be touchdowns, more or less on a particular stat projection there, yardage, etc. You bundle a couple together in any sport, really. You can mix and match sports. You can win cold hard cash, Cappy.
Now, what I want to remind people of is the Prize Picks early payouts. And I talked last week about being greedy and going for the full win rather than taking the money off the table. So here's what I had, George. I had Matthew Stafford for more than half a yard rushing, check. And I had Kenneth Walker for less than 85.5 rushing yards. And I didn't love the pick going in, but I just decided to play what I thought were the numbers. When it got later into the game and Kenneth Walker had a grand total at this point of 49 rushing yards, Prize Picks offered me $70. So it was a $20 play to win $80, and they offered me $70. And you know what? I took the early payout. I could have waited and maybe won, which I would have, and I would have made the extra $10, but I took the early payout, and I took my $50 profit. So as you get ready for the big game, and there is no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it's always good to be right, contemplate the early payout, because that is an option for you. And I would just encourage everybody, like Lindsay did yesterday, download the Prize Picks app, use the code KAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make your first $5 lineup, which she did. She got $50 in lineups thereafter. And Lindsay Baseball, a big winner on Prize Picks, George.
Prize Picks, it's good to be right, like Lindsay.
I know what you're going to be contemplating. We both are.
Yeah.
All of us are. What is our Super Sunday menu going to be here at Rivalry Resort and Casino? We'll be eating it. Now, see, that's also the thing. Like at the 909 Sports Bar, there were so many people that people couldn't see the amount of eating unless you were watching the YouTube watch party with us. But here out in the open, in the pool deck, I know it's going to be packed. But are you going to feel as comfortable doing that kind of damage exposed in the elements?
Also, like, what if it's really, really nice out and it's like 80 degrees and we're out here in bathing suits, just showing off what we got, and then all of a sudden here comes this food, and all I talk about is how fat and disgusting I am, shirtless?
8:46, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We continue to react. We'll be back in 3 minutes with Sedano. And good morning, Mongrels. It's a Monday.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
George Chevrolet is setting the tone with big New Year specials on the hottest Chevy models. From hard-working trucks to everyday drives, find the Chevy that fits your life and your budget. George Chevrolet off the 91 Freeway, Lakewood exit in Bellflower, or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Let me tell you why I went to VisionWorks in Orange County. First, it's so simple. Simple scheduling, so I booked my exam fast. Simple shopping, so I actually found frames I liked without overthinking it. And I love my new glasses. And here's the best part. VisionWorks backs it all with a 100-day guarantee. If your glasses aren't right, they'll make it right. VisionWorks accepts most major insurance plans. And their eye experts will help you get the most out of your benefits. And they can if you don't have benefits. So if it's time for new glasses, do what I did. Head to one of the 7 OC locations. Go to VisionWorks and see the difference.
For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where the game's legends make their mark and history is written.
It's official. The round that will long be remembered. Oh, yes! Ludwig Oberg.
February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that define the Genesis Invitational. Get your tickets now at genesisinvitational.com.
What a year for LA sports. The Dodgers' epic Game 7 World Series victory. Shohei's unbelievable 3-homer, 10-strikeout playoff masterpiece. Luka Doncic joining the Lakers. Were one of those your top sports moment of the year? Or was it Kershaw's emotional final game at Chavez Ravine? LAFC landing Sung Hung Min or something else? Cast your vote at lasports.org/vote. Winners will be announced at the Los Angeles Sports Council's 20th Annual LA Sports Awards on January 28th. Vote today at lasports.org/vote.
Ah, the internet. A place where your curiosity can flourish. Unless malware gets in the way. It's a place that can surprise you. With phishing websites and trackers. The internet is wonderful, but you must protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. TechRadar named it the #1 VPN in 2025. A single NordVPN account secures up to 10 devices. What else? This cybersecurity tool also encrypts your browsing. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. NordVPN scans the dark web to check that the information associated with your email address is not exposed. Just a few clicks and you're safer online. Browse with more peace of mind. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. On the road to the Lombardi Trophy. Powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
Yes, indeed. 8:50 in the morning, 10 in front of 9. You heard it there. We are on the road to the Lombardi. Thanks to our friends at Yamava Resort and Casino. You in, Cappy?
I'm in.
We're in for Super Sunday. We are broadcasting live right now from the pool deck. Right here at Yamava Resort and Casino. Now, our thermometer in front of me says 59 degrees.
No way, man.
But you guys are trying to tell me it's like 49 degrees.
And I want to say I'm toughing it out because I am a fair weather, well, I can't use the last word that my grandmother used to call me. Anyway, I am so soft. I'm so soft when it comes to cold. Listen, it's 49 degrees. I'm toughing it out, okay? But, like, you think about the Rams having to go to Chicago.
Hold on, let me do the OTD.
Oh, all right.
Yesterday, January 25th, back in 1992, the number one hit, Color Me Bad. All for love, Captain.
Oh, yeah, Color Me Bad. Uh-huh. But anyway, my point is this is why I couldn't play football in cold weather. When that I signed as a free agent with the Chicago Bears.
Pitt, didn't you?
I know, and I was terrible when it got cold. But I signed with the Chicago Bears, and I swear to you guys, I'm in training camp. And in my mind, I'm lying to myself the entire time. I'm not joking, George. I'm literally lying to myself, like, hey, I can win this job. Hey, I can be the kicker of the Chicago Bears.
Who was the kicker at the time?
Kevin Butler.
Oh, I remember Kevin Butler. He'd been there forever.
He was the last remaining holdover of the 85 Bears.
Right.
And Dave Wanstead, who was the coach at the time, said, because he was a Pitt guy, he's like, Cap, this is your chance, man. You're going to make this team. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to make this team. And I'm going, Coach, August, September, I think I could be good. Once October gets here, Coach, I can't handle the cold weather. Now, it's 49 degrees out here in Yamava.
Said that? Wait, you're trying to make a roster and you said that to Wanstead?
No. I said it in my head.
I got 2 months
that's it. In my mind, I knew the truth.
I thought you actually said that.
Right. No. In my mind, I knew the truth. Because let me tell you something. Minicamp was in like April, May, and it was freezing in Chicago.
Right.
I knew I had no chance in that weather.
Yeah.
Sedano, you want to unpack the AFC Championship game a little bit with us for a few minutes here?
I'll say this, man. Sean Payton is a really good coach. I know they lost, but, man, like just to be in that game with Jarrett Stidham and score right out of the gate, right? Like I felt like they had to score early because of he's so good on the script, and Stidham didn't have to do as much on the script before the script. During the script. But that defense is so freaking good. Like, to be able, like, New England is a good team, and they were scoring a ton of points this season. And for them to hold them, now the weather obviously played a role there too. Speaking of kickers, I felt bad for their kicker, Denver's kicker, who got one blocked. You want to talk about special teams? Yeah. Leonard Taylor got his hand on that one. So special teams playing a huge role. But I came away, as funny as it sounds, like we're going to talk a lot about Drake May, and I love Drake May. I called his games when he was in college.
I know you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think he's a star in the making if he's not one already. I mean, he's going to be in top 2 or 3 MVP. But like I just came away from that game really coming away impressed with the Broncos more than anything else, even in a loss.
See, I'm actually more impressed with New England for this reason, because Drake May in 3 playoff games so far this year has not done anything that was MVP-esque.
Not at all.
And yesterday he's 10 of 21, 86 passing yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, did get sacked 5 times, did have the rushing touchdown. So to me, I have to admit I was wrong about Sean Payton. I thought when Sean Payton came back to the Broncos, he was a guy that hadn't won a Super Bowl in 15 years, and it was over for a guy like Sean Payton. I was wrong. I admit that. I'll take the L. I stand corrected.
You said it was going to be a disaster.
But
you were very vocal on that. Honestly, I'm surprised the Bronco fans didn't come at you the way the Seahawk fans came at us.
Well, if the Rams were playing the Broncos and we said something stupid, they would come after us. But in the meantime, I'll just say this. George, as good a coach as Sean Payton is, he made a mistake yesterday.
Massive.
That will haunt him for the rest of his career.
Oh, the 4th down call. Yeah.
Listen, you're up 7-0. And, we were all talking about Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham looked pretty good. I mean, at times early in the game.
He had one good drive.
He looked good on the first drive. That was it. The
second drive. Yeah,
the weather's a good excuse, but if let's say it was perfect weather, he might have still fallen apart in the second half.
But he may not have. But I mean, listen. Did Drake May? If you're
making a simpleton take.
Listen,
it's a simpleton take.
Here's a simpleton take. If you never watched a football game in your life and you watch this game and you said who's the better of the two quarterbacks, you'd be like, I don't know, they both stink. Because, but Jarrett Stidham, I mean, to me, you were still in that game. Your coach lost that game for you, George. You take the 2-score lead.
It is the Sedano Kap Morning Show. We are getting ready for the Prize Picks Power Hour on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. If you're listening on the app, just stay with us. 7:10 a.m. terrestrially. The Rich Eisen Show begins at the top of the hour. Rich will be, of course, unpacking all of this. A big championship Sunday leading us into Super Sunday. We are live from Yamava Resort and Casino. We're going to loosen up. We'll reset. And I might get on my hands and knees again and pray. What am I going to pray for? Well, I'll tell you in just a few minutes. Wake up, mongrels. Thanks for being with us on a Monday, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We also got to try to warm up a little bit in the break, too. All right. Have a great day, mongrels. And we'll talk to you on the other side of the Prize Picks Power Hour.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Not sure what to do this week? The answer is always Cosm. If you're still watching NBA games on your phone or rewatching The Matrix on a flat screen, stop. Cosm delivers the ultimate immersive experience. And this week is the week to see it. Watch live NBA games like OKC Milwaukee and Golden State versus Dallas on massive, high-resolution displays surrounded by fans who actually react to every run, every dunk, every big moment. Then come back another day and experience immersive cinema like The Matrix or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in shared reality, where the screen wraps around you and pulls you straight into the movie. And this week in the Premier League, Bournemouth takes on Liverpool in exciting soccer action. And this weekend in both the Dome and Hall, the AFC and NFC Championship games. The Hall features wall-to-wall multi-view sports, so you can catch every game at once with no remote required. There's a full menu of local food favorites, craft cocktails, and beers. And top it off at the Deck, Cosmos panoramic rooftop bar with incredible views. Get tickets and full event details now at Cosm.com. That's your Cosm calendar.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing $1 that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Mike, in sports, dynasties don't happen by luck. They happen with culture, coaching, and execution.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Travis, but that's exactly how we run Rotolo Chevrolet.
Mike, it's actually pretty simple. Customer service that takes care of people.
It's probably the biggest reason why people choose Rotolo Chevrolet. They come from all over California.
210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit right there in Fontana. I'm going to remember that the rest of my life.
Love it.
And of course, RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO Chevy.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
10 seconds left, no timeouts. Matthew Stafford drops a throw, reads it out, zips one right sideline. Puka makes an incredible catch at the 50.
Oh, no.
They say he's down in bounds, and they take what's left of the clock. He went sliding out of bounds. They have to look at that.
Yeah.
Seahawks, they win, they celebrate. But can Matthew Stafford get one more crack at it? Inbounds, I think that's the proper
Just confirming the runner was down inbounds. The game is now over. Seahawks win.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Yeah, I love this team. Really proud of them, man. Just came up short today. I think the finality of all of it is, listening to that music in the background makes me want to throw up. I'll be honest with you. But, Seattle's a great team. They did enough to come away with the win, and love this team. One of my all-time favorites, and I think the finality of it all, it doesn't even feel real to me.
You have me on your show to berate me. Is that what you're doing now?
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
How do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger.
On 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app. And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Give me a freaking break.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
What a catch by the tight end.
Dungus.
Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
I've danced with the devil.
It is smooth, baby. Yeah. Bing-da-dum-bum. Yeah. Doom-be-dum-bum. Ba-da-bum. Tick-a-doom. Be-dum-bum.
902, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Love
You didn't bring your bullhorn, did you?
No, it's in the office. Bing,
Welcome to the Prize Picks Power Hour. We are on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. If you're listening on the app, thank you so much. The Rich Eisen Show is on terrestrially on 710 a.m. Well, we are live from the pool deck here at Yamava Resort and Casino. We had an amazing watch party yesterday at the 909 Sports Bar, and boy, did Cappy and Bergman eat their faces off.
So much food.
It's honestly, like, I woke up this morning, and my alarm clock didn't wake me up. My stomach woke me up, and it was immediate.
And George Sedano giving us a little bonus time,
Explosion.
I believe. Sedano is still there, too.
So
Cappy, did you have a morning scraper?
Oh, George, I'm telling you, my stomach was my alarm clock this morning, and I went, uh-oh, and I ran to the bathroom and took care of business, personal business.
Did you like Carl Lewis during the national anthem?
Whoa. It was bad, George. It was real bad. And now I thought that was like a cleansing moment for me. But now here we are out at the pool, and I had like a little bit of black coffee because I'm trying to do what you guys told me.
Here's the thing, George. Hold on. Pause. Because black coffee, regular black coffee is amazing. And I'm not saying that Starbucks black coffee isn't amazing. It's just they triple roast the beans, so it's a lot stronger than just regular black coffee. So this is tough for you to take on if you're not used to black coffee.
Yeah.
This is extreme.
And
we may lose Cappy in about 15 minutes.
And George, I'm glad you're back with us in the 9 o'clock hour, because if I have to leave for a little while, you can control the situation here. I mean, you got lazy, simpleton takes by your boy Morales.
Crazy takes for me.
George, have you ever watched, and I'm being serious now, have you ever watched a full football game sitting side by side with Christopher Arthur Morales? Full game.
Yeah, in the past, I'm sure we have.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you guys have.
No, we have.
No, I don't think so.
We have. We've done watch parties over the years. I've been here 10 years, for God's sake.
I don't think so. No, because here's why I say no. You ready?
Well, what is your point going to be?
Here's my point.
What's your point going to be?
It's very interesting to watch a game with Morales, because it's not like where he's trying to tell you, like, hey, you know what? wow, on 3rd and short, maybe they should do this because look at this situation or look at that. It's always like, they suck. This is a disaster. I'm like, bro, it's the first quarter. I go, Chris, it's the second play of the game. It's a long game.
No, he overreacts to everything. Like, that's just who he is. I mean, you're surprised by this?
And it's great because Bergie's thinking like an analyst. You know what I mean?
We were having conversation.
Right. Bergie's thinking it out like an analyst, and Chris is just in they freaking suck, man. Fire everybody. They suck. Yeah.
Most people I know watch games more like Chris than you guys, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Chris is definitely more...
I'm the voice of the fan.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Chris is definitely, to Lindsay's point, more of the norm. Like, fan is short for fanatic. They're irrational. They're, just... they're emotional, like whatever you want to call it, but like that's the norm. I'm not saying that he's not the norm. I'm just saying, like, okay, man, like you work in sports, buddy. Like, this isn't. You can take it down a notch. Like, this is a long game.
I think he got hangry though during his fast.
So, here's
very
what
much so. Hold on. So, Sedano, can you go back and watch us on the YouTube? And like, if you have 3 hours to spare,
How about 6 hours? Yeah.
Just listen to our analysis and tell us what you think of what we were thinking during the game. That'd be great.
He's not going to do that. He's busy.
You got 3 hours, right? Doing nothing.
No, I definitely don't have 3 hours.
So here's the thing, George. I told everybody going in, I'm going to try to make this an 18-hour fast and keep the fast going until 3:30 when the Rams kick off. And I thought that, like, hey, it's a long day. We're watching both games. Not everybody's going to eat right away. We'll eat towards the second game. That's what I thought. And then Cappy's – so first of all, I text Cappy at 11:45 because everybody's wondering, is he here? Did he know it's both games? So I text him, and then he walks in at 11:50. So 10 minutes before we go on, no big deal. It's not like we're doing a radio show, but we are on YouTube. We got to get mic'd up. Carlo and Parker Bell had a great social setup for us inside the 909 Sports Bar. And we're not where we used to do the shows. We're literally at a table so you can see everybody around us. So I keep looking at Cappy like, okay, we got to do this. And I'm like, what's going on with you? Why are you so distracted? He's like, I gotta talk to somebody. I got to get this order in. I go, order for what? He's like, we got to start. Little did I know. And now remember, I'm in the midst
first quarter
of trying to make it to 18 hours, which usually isn't a problem except when you're surrounded by food. There's Chinese food was the start. There are platters. They are walking platters over of Chinese food. Egg rolls, fried rice, it's everywhere. And Cappy's just right next to me, just, blah, blah, blah.
Tangerine chicken, it was delicious.
That's the first quarter. Second quarter, here come pizzas. I mean, it's nonstop for 3 quarters. So, yeah, I was hangry.
Yeah, he got hangry. And then finally, he showed a lot of willpower. I'll give you a lot of credit. He showed a lot of willpower. And then when you started to order.
So I break the fast with a fruit cup they made me, which was
nice.
Then a chicken salad, which was nice. Mm-hmm. Then I go into the pizzas.
Oh, yeah.
And I start going. Then I had to do a halftime scrape in the middle of the Rams-Seahawks game, and that thing was a fighter.
Yeah.
It was a fighter. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it was a good day. A good day of eating, and I squeezed it in just the back half. You guys were doing it the whole game.
We ate so much yesterday. It was ridiculous. But that's the beauty of Yamava. I would encourage everybody who didn't make it out yesterday. You know what? If you don't have a rooting interest in the game, great. Come on out and party and have a good time. Eat, drink, hang by the pool, hang out with all of us. It was a lot of fun yesterday. This is always my favorite part of what we do is the hand-to-hand combat that we have with our listeners who come out, they want to see us, hang out with us, hug it out, take pics, whatever. Like I sat there and talked to people yesterday all day long. Just where are you from? What made you come down?
A lot of people asked us, are you guys going to be back here for Super Sunday? And we are going to be back here. We're going to be here on the pool deck.
We're going to be right over there. So you're watching on YouTube, obviously. So we're right on the other side where you see the ESPN LA Yamava right there. That's where we're going to be, right over there.
For Super Sunday, and then we'll be broadcasting the Monday morning after. But here's the big question. I was just talking to Megan from Yamava about this. Should I wear, because I was asking what kind of Yamava branded gear can I buy here for Super Sunday? And, George, I want your thoughts on this because you're telling me I need to root for the Seahawks because of Sam Darnold.
I'm not saying you need to. You're a grown-ass man. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Well, no, but I'm probably going to.
I think this is a very easy thing. Sam Darnold.
Should I wear Yamava branded gear on Super Sunday, or should I buy a Darnold Seahawks jersey?
How about a Darnold
that's
USC
too much.
jersey?
Yeah.
A Darnold USC jersey. That's the way
a Darnold USC jersey makes sense. Look, Sam Darnold's a San Clemente kid, right? I mean,
local kid.
Was he born here?
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
I'm just making sure. It's two different things.
I mean, he he played, I thought, really well at his time at USC. They won a Rose Bowl.
Yeah, we would kill to win a Rose Bowl now.
Huh?
We would kill for a Rose Bowl win now.
Okay, there you go. So I think he's easy to root for. And then the other aspect of this, if you're going to lose, if your team is going to lose, you want them to lose to the eventual champion. Like I think this is an easy decision personally.
If the Patriots win the Super Bowl, Rams fans, who, by the way, it's awesome to see how disappointing the Rams fans are. In other words, how much they care, okay? If the Seahawks lose in the Super Bowl to the Patriots, Rams fans and Sean McVay, Chris Shula, etc., everybody will kick themselves for the rest of their lives because I think everybody looks at the Super Bowl right now and says, how could a Seattle team that is so complete, top to bottom, not destroy this New England team as great a year as Drake May has had? And it's an incredible story that Mike Vrabel takes over in year one with a completely new coaching staff, year one, and with a second-year quarterback has his team in the Super Bowl. It's a great story. But if you really look at Drake May over the 3 weeks of the playoffs, you think to yourself, you can't win a Super Bowl with a quarterback playing like this. Sam Darnold, on the other hand, yeah, that's Super Bowl championship caliber quarterbacking right there. Which, by the way, George, brings me to another story.
Yeah.
Did you see Sean McVay in the postgame press conference? Because remember 2 weeks ago when that nice lady in Jacksonville told Liam Cohen, hey, young man, you keep your head up high. You had a great year. And half the media in the country was like, that is not the time. Yeah, that's not the time and the place. That's unprofessional crapola. And then the other half of the media were like, you know what? Who cares, really? Like, who really cares? Sean McVay yesterday in the postgame press conference gets a little snippy with a reporter for asking the most obvious question that everybody would ask. It just was a matter of who's going to ask it first.
So let's play the sound. We have the sound from
Do you expect Matthew Stafford to be back next season?
Yeah, if he still wants to play, what the hell kind of question is that? The answer, yeah. He's the MVP of the league, and if he's not, I got respect for everybody else, but this guy played at a level that's just different. I appreciate you guys this year. Thank you.
Yeah, Cap, I honestly have no issue. Like, I get you got to ask that question. I would not. Like, I don't think that's the time and place. Like, we've done this thing in the past where it's like, just because we used to do that and ask those questions, when those questions can be answered when they do their exit interviews in a couple days, I think that's more the time and place, not when you just lost a heartbreaker on the road to go to the Super Bowl. Like we should evolve as a media society to know that you're going to get another crack at McVay here in a couple days. Like, you can ask him all those offseason questions then.
But I would just say this, that the question wasn't, do you think Matthew Stafford will be back? And it wasn't, do you want him back? Because that's the obviously, of course I want him back. Did you just see the season he had? Of course I want him back. I don't care if he's 37 or 38. If you can play like that, of course we want you back. That's world-class quarterback play right there. That's MVP quarterback play. But the question was, do you expect him back? And to me, somebody was going to ask it. Whether we evolve or we don't evolve, or right question or wrong question, but still.
I get it. It's not. I'm not like making a huge deal out of it, but you're going to get another crack at him in a couple of days, and you can ask all those off-season questions then. I don't think. That just seems to me like something like we could speculate about. Like, we're talk show people. Like it's great for our business. I get it, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of the head coach. I just lost the game, and by the way, that's serving against my own interests here as someone who hosts a talk show in LA and does talk shows on TV. That is serving against my own interest. However, I do think that if I'm being empathetic towards the head coach, that is the last thing on my mind right now.
Well, the same thing happened to Stafford, where they asked Stafford about him coming back to play, and he's like, look, guys, I can't really process the last 6 months of my life 10 minutes after a game, and I get that.
Yeah.
But again, I'll just say this, there's nothing wrong with the question.
And that reporter, I don't know who the reporter was.
Nor do I. And I don't know if that person will be at the exit interviews. And maybe that person is not someone that'll be there in a couple of days at the exit interviews. But those questions will be asked in a lot more detail in a few days. Right, and that's why, for me, I don't have a problem with the question. And I just wish that and look, I get it. You just lost. You're heartbroken. As Coach McVey, I thought, put it very well. He said, listen, I was not ready to be done working with this group. They really, really were locked in and believed that they were going to win this game. Why wouldn't they have believed that? You know, the two previous games were 1-point and 2-point games. They were incredibly close games. But I do think that the most obvious question, it is obvious, is do you expect Stafford to be back? By the way, answer for me, of course he's going to be back. Had he won the Super Bowl and he could have ridden off into the sunset, maybe he wouldn't have come back. But not winning the Super Bowl, I'm telling you right now, 1,000% Matthew Stafford will be back to play for the Rams next year. But for Coach McVay to ask what the hell kind of question is that? Here's the kind of question it is, Coach. It's the obvious question, and it's the same question that everybody else was going to ask, and everybody wants to know.
I get it, man. But, okay, I understand what you're saying. I'm just telling you, you're surprised by his reaction to that?
I don't like all these coaches that now get to also analyze the questions as well. Like, you know, they're like, hey, you're a coach. You coach football. I'm a reporter. I ask questions. Now you criticize my questions?
Again, time and place. You're going to look, man, I've been in those positions where I've had to ask tough questions, and it's not easy. Like, I'm not criticizing the reporter as much, but if that reporter, whoever it is, I don't know who it is going to get the opportunity to talk to him in a couple of days, then you probably just sit back and wait on that one.
Yeah, I just figure
because
like
that's
this.
the answer you're going to get. You're going to get the snippy answer if that's the case. Because, again, he just lost the game, okay? Like, I'll give you an example.
Yeah, I expect him back, yeah.
At the national title game, okay, when Indiana won, there was a 20-minute cooling-off period for the Miami team that lost. They took like 30 minutes before they came out. And I think that we get these answers, and it's great for business, don't get me wrong. Like, we're playing it, we're going to play it, we're hearing it, it's going to probably get played a million times over. I just get McVay's point, too, okay? And I've been in the actual shoes of the person asking that question. I've asked that type of question. But I've learned over 20-plus years in the industry of saying to myself, yeah, you know what? I can ask that question in 3 days.
Well, I don't know who asked the question. I don't know if that person will be in the exit interviews or not. But here's what I do know: that there are however many reporters standing there, if they get the opportunity to ask, they're going to ask.
We make ourselves more important than we need to be at times, in that regard. Like that's it's. I don't know. Like
to me, it was obvious. I mean, somebody was going to ask.
Okay, I get it. Just because someone was going to ask doesn't mean necessarily.
No, but
it's
he knows
the question
it's coming.
that should be asked at that given moment.
Well, let me ask you a question. You had no problem with the little old lady saying, keep your head up, right? That was nice. Oh, she's so sweet. Oh, she's a member of the community. Oh, look at her. She's so nice. Everybody's like, oh, that's okay. Half the people were like, that's inappropriate. And the other half of the people were like, who really cares?
Well,
in this particular case, it's an obvious question, and he knew it was coming.
Well,
so did Stafford. So, just say, yeah, expect him to be back.
The little old lady was a little different because I said, and I didn't have an issue with it. Like, if she would have asked that question and I would have been in the room, I wouldn't have cared. But I'm also not on a deadline, right? Like, so I think that's different. It's not really an apples to apples comparison because we were talking about writers literally having a specific deadline they have to hit. So that's slightly different. But I'm just telling you from the point of view, maybe it's just me. Like, maybe I've just realized that over time, these questions can be asked in a different forum, and you'll get a more thoughtful answer than just the way he reacted. And to me, you should strive as someone in the business, not for the instant reaction, gotcha moment, and you should you should strive for the more thoughtful opportunity to get the best answer possible. And maybe
Sedano,
to that person, that is the best answer possible because it's going to get, played 6,000 million times over and over again.
What the reporter should have asked? Coach,
sorry, what's
do you
that?
think what the reporter should have asked?
Oh, God.
Sedano, should Chris Shula come back or do you want him fired?
Wow.
Do you want him to take a head coaching job?
How about this? How about if he would have said this? Coach?
I know it's a simple take, Coach.
No, but But how about this? Okay, Coach, you didn't like my question about do you expect Matthew Stafford to be back? You asked me what the hell kind of question is that. So you know what? I'll follow your question with another question. How's this, Coach? Do you expect, same language, Chris Shula to be back next year?
And by the way, Cap, I will say this. The example you used about the quote-unquote little old lady, like, she also is a credentialed member of the media.
It's not like somebody being wheeled in.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's not like, God rest her soul, Sister Jean, from Loyola Chicago back in the day, like, was rolled in to a press conference to ask a question.
Over here, Coach, it's Sister Jean over here.
Yeah.
Just want to tell you what a lovely young man you are, and I think you did a hell of a good job, and keep your head up, son.
What do you think of Chris Shula?
But, George, it is an interesting thing that there is what you might call a Chris Shula dilemma in this way.
Is there?
Shula, I think so. I think so. Well, here's why. If you go back and you look at the last, 6 or 7 games of the season, you'll see the point totals going up and up and up.
Yeah, they couldn't get a pass rush. You mentioned it earlier. That's the answer.
They also... There's a lot of data around red zone defense and how poor the red zone defense had been in the last 4 or 5 weeks of the regular season. So something happened along the way where the defense looked so good in those first 10, 11 weeks, and then things did not look good. And it can't just be that Quentin Lake went out because he's not that much of an impact player. If there is a dilemma, and you asked the question, is there? If there is, Shula is McVey's right-hand guy, college roommate. By the way, McVey didn't get the head coaching job and go, hey, guess what? You're now my defensive coordinator. Chris Shula worked his way up on McVey's staff to become the defensive coordinator. And now, with all these head coaching opportunities available to him, potentially, if he takes...
Whoa. Are you defending Chris Shula now?
No.
I was ready for Sedano to do it.
No, I'm not defending him. What I'm saying is this, is that if you're McVey, you cannot fire your best friend. And on the other hand, you might hope that he goes and takes another job because you might think you could upgrade that coach.
By the way, I think it's easier to fire your best friend than not your best friend. Would you consider us best friends?
Best friends.
We'll get ready one day.
Really? I'm going to fire you? I'm going to have to fire you? That's going to be a rough day.
All right, let's take a quick 60-second timeout. We'll keep rolling. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, the Prize Picks Power Hour. We are live from Yamava Resort and Casino, the pool deck. Sedano is with us, too, right here on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Today, the purple and gold take the Grammy road trip to the Windy City.
Luka moving left, takes a three. It's good!
It's East meets West as the Lakers roll into Chicago to face the Bulls. Coverage begins today at 3:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy, powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
9:23. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, the Prize Picks Power Hour. That is our mongrel of the day music. And I would say the mongrels of the day, all the mongrels that joined us yesterday for our watch party on YouTube, a watch-along. We'll be doing another one on Super Sunday. And all these mongrels right now that are giving Sedano a hard time for not being with us. Sedano's a busy guy. The fact that he joined us and is joining us today from home, it's a huge thing. The man's got to travel across the country. And I'm not just licking Sedano's boots here.
Yeah, you are.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
Because I'm just tired
Two
of...
things can be true, though.
Yeah, but
he could be stating facts and licking my boots.
But this one guy on YouTube that's like, oh, you guys just spent 2 hours complaining about the Rams. You're literally listening to a Los Angeles sports radio show. We're the home of the Rams. What do you want us to do for 2 hours? Because if we weren't talking about the Rams, if we're talking about, I don't know.
The Lakers and Bulls tonight?
Right. People would be like, what is this? What are you doing? It just gets old. Everybody complaining and,
but
and kvetching about everything.
Here's what I've learned. And I popped in and out of there briefly just to tell them I miss them. And I started having a conversation with one guy and then realized all he wants to do is fight. So I'm like, I'm not here for that, bro. Like, I don't have the energy, the bandwidth to deal with it. I'd love to go in there and engage occasionally. I said hello to our P1s in there. Like Peter Acevedo, On Esther, Epic Wolf, etc. Mijo Tong, they call him Meta. So
I don't know who he is. I never see him in the chat.
He's Enrique.
He's Enrique. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But they call him Meta because they say he has a bunch of burners. But anyway, so I go in there. I was in and out, man. Like I wasn't there trying to fight with nobody. It's too early in the morning. I'm getting too old for that crap. It is what it is. Like, you want to have some fun, we can have fun. We can even discuss. But like, if you want to like get into just really silly conversation about nuanced conversations that you don't believe are nuanced enough. Okay, whatever. So I decided to bail out of there very quickly. But Chris, I would just say the internet in general, right? Wherever it is, it could be Twitter, it could be Reddit, it could be the YouTube chat. I would say the overwhelming majority is just going to be negativity, and you just have to understand that's going to be the case, whether it's with me, whether it's with you, whether it's with Cappy on a given day or Bergman. Never with Lindsay. They love Lindsay, and I understand why they love Lindsay. We love Lindsay, too.
Let me tell you something. I'm just looking at the three of us just here on the YouTube right now. Me, Morales, and Bergman are all in like a perpetual state of motion because now we're all really cold.
Well, listen, I was in like minus 20 degree weather. You're getting no sympathy from me. Okay?
No, George, we deserve no sympathy because here's the reality.
The sun is coming around, though. It's about to get
and Lindsay's in the sun. So Lindsay's
I just got it.
If we are complaining.
There's a glow on Lindsay.
Right. If we are complaining about 40-degree temperatures, 49, 50-degree temperatures, it just goes to show you how Southern California soft we all are.
Really, we really are.
And honestly, Morales was giving me the business yesterday because the game's got like 6 or 7 minutes in the game, and I'm starting to get really nervous. So I turned my phone on, and I have CNN on my phone. And he's like, what are you watching on CNN? I'm like, I'm following this weather, and I'm following the 11,000 plus flights that have been canceled.
It's so funny.
You know?
I always get people that ask me, like, oh, how can you live in California? It's so expensive to live there. And I said, you know why? I pay the weather tax, bro.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't have to worry about being under a blizzard at any given moment, okay?
Yeah, every 10 minutes, Cappy was giving us updates on exactly how many flights.
Right.
What are you, like Dallas Rains all of a sudden, like doing weather reports?
I'm fascinated.
35% of flights in America are negotiable.
Yeah, where are you going? You don't have any flights planned.
I am fascinated. Well, I am flying to Vegas, and then I'm flying to San Francisco, so I don't think the
but
weather's
Vegas
really
and San Francisco, you're not going to where the weather is.
Right.
But I'm fascinated by the storm that has just destroyed the country.
Oh, right.
Turned people's power off.
Two-thirds of the population is affected by it. I'm with you. And by the way, just because you're going to Vegas and San Francisco doesn't mean you couldn't be affected because one of those planes. Although generally most of those planes are on those short haul trips generally stay within a certain region, but there could be a possibility of a delay or even a cancellation. Because
now, by the way,
I feel like there's a George Sedano rule though,
which is what?
Which is if George's travel plans have not been altered by the weather, then you're probably fine.
I got to go to freaking Cleveland for this Lakers game tomorrow. Like, I got to leave the show early because the only direct flight. How is it that Cleveland is? There's only one direct flight to Cleveland from Los Angeles.
But there's actually American Airlines just announced last week that they're going to be
but it doesn't
adding
start.
one as of
it
March
hasn't
1st.
started yet.
Oh, please put them on Spirit. Please put this kid on Spirit.
They don't have it anymore.
Hell
it's
no.
only United.
That was
Frontier.
That was the only.
11 a.m.
direct
is
flight.
the only flight direct to
it.
Cleveland.
And then there's a red eye too, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's for sure.
Here's a guy and you guys all know him. He's in our live YouTube chat. It's Crash Override, who says that firing Chris will be one of the experiences you can bid on in the next auction. Do you know how much money?
I thought he meant Shula. Now he means Morales.
No,
okay.
No, if we auctioned off, you get to fire Morales. We could be talking about hundreds of thousands
thing
of
we've
dollars.
ever done.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be the greatest thing that ever happened at Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
I think. But we don't want you to go anywhere.
My contract's a lot longer than yours, Cappy.
Except certain days.
Oh,
Except
wow.
certain days.
Look at that.
Wow. Well, okay. I mean, but still, it's going to hurt. Listen, these contracts, they get bought out all the time.
Listen, if they want to pay me to not do anything,
right.
all right.
You'll do that. You can hang out with Keyshawn. You guys can have conversations.
Keyshawn's getting paid a lot more money than I am to stay at home.
Wow, look at you, Cappy, getting frisky.
That was good. You've been saving that up for 2 days.
I don't know. I just thought about it. I'm on one today. Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Well, if
all
it
right,
makes you
Cappy,
feel any
so
better.
what else? What else is on on the docket today? What else have you got in your craw at the moment?
Well, I will say this. I am impressed by this. I didn't realize it until people started to put it out last night. So Sam Darnold, and I think that if you're a Rams fan, obviously you're very bummed out today that the Rams lost. And on the other hand, you kind of like, well, I really like Sam Darnold. I've always
so
liked
likable.
him.
Yes.
I followed his career from high school to USC to the NFL. I've seen him go through the highs of being a top pick and the lows of being humiliated in New York and in Carolina. And I've also seen this kid have to take a big step back before he took a massive step forward. And I know that Vikings fans today they just can't believe what's going on.
Well,
how
listen,
could the Vikings have given him up?
We discussed this at the time about you should probably just trade J.J. McCarthy and ride with Darnold. You know what I mean?
Or just franchise Darnold and have another year so that McCarthy, because his whole rookie year was blown up by a knee.
Because of the injury, right? Yeah.
Right.
And by the way, he was hurt a ton this year too.
So do you realize that Sam Darnold was in the first round of the 2018 draft, and Baker Mayfield was the number 1 overall pick that year to the Browns. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold was the number 3 overall pick to the Jets. Yeah. Josh Allen at number 7. Mm-hmm. Former UCLA quarterback Josh Rosen, he's the one guy that didn't make it. So, I mean, somebody's not going to make it. Rosen didn't make it. Right. He was the number 10 pick to the Cardinals. Yeah. And Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, was number 32 to the Ravens.
Correct.
Of the first-round quarterbacks of the class of 2018, Sam Darnold is the first to make it to the Super Bowl. And you're talking about 2 guys who combined have 4 MVPs between them. In Lamar and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So isn't that amazing that, again, Baker, who, look, he's had his own highs and lows to deal with. But Lamar Jackson has been a star and Josh Allen has been a star.
Yes.
And Sam Darnold is the first of that quarterback class to make it to the Super Bowl. So more reasons to kind of be, at least happy for the local kid.
Oh, no
making
question,
it to the Super Bowl.
Man. To me, this is an easy one to root for. No offense to the Patriots. And again, I love Drake May too. And I think he's going to be a star for many, many, many years. But nobody's happy to see the Patriots back in the Super Bowl so quickly. It's like, if anything, if you're a Raider fan today, sorry, Greg. If you're a Raider fan today.
I know.
You've not been in the Super Bowl in 23 years? Does that sound right? 23 years?
2003.
Well, the game was 03,
season,
right?
2003,
so,
yeah.
Yep. So 23 years. The Patriots have been to 10 Super Bowls, or actually 9 Super Bowls in that stretch. 9! You don't even have 9 playoff appearances in that stretch.
Nope.
Well, that's actually another interesting thing to bring up, which is this. So you guys tell me, who here remembers the last time the Patriots and the Seahawks played in the Super Bowl? What happened in that game?
2014, I believe that's when it was.
It was the 2014 season.
That was
the
the play they should have given it to Marshawn.
Right.
So I heard an
Butler,
interesting story about this, okay? So I heard an interesting story about this recently. A buddy of mine who knew somebody on the staff, okay? And now you could say this is a bunch of crap and whatever. You still should have ran the ball, blah, 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 blah. I'm with you. You just run the ball there with Marshawn Lynch. But this was the explanation I got, okay? That they ran that play that ended up getting intercepted in practice with 100% efficiency against their own guys, okay? All right? In practice, 100% efficiency, which never happens. Never happens, okay? So they thought they were going to get New England by surprise, right? And apparently, and I'd have to go back because they didn't give me the specific name, but not the kid who got the interception, but another kid in New England's secondary had been cut by the Seahawks that season and was on New England's roster. And, New England was famous for this, right? Guys would get cut on certain teams. They'd pick them up, et cetera. But, I don't know if they knew they were going to see Seattle in the Super Bowl, but nonetheless, they picked this guy up. And he told them all, when they lined up, he apparently told them, this is what's coming. And they were ready for it.
Wow. Brandon Browner is what it looks like.
Browner?
There you go.
It's my guy. Browner? It's my guy.
All right, 9:34.
And he
the
told them
Sedano
what was
and Cap
coming,
Morning.
and they got the interception. Malcolm Butler got the interception.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Lindsay segment integrity time. Let's hit the TV theme, producer Jorge. On this day, we like to play a TV theme for the Lindsay segment. On this day in 1979, the TV show Dukes of Hazzard debuted on CBS. CBS. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. As always, the Lindsay segment, part of the Morning Wood, the hardwood over at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-624-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, so this one is most specifically for George, but I would like you guys to weigh in as well because on Saturday, the Bulls retired Derrick Rose's number 1 jersey. They beat the Celtics, yay, woohoo, and then they retired Derrick Rose's jersey. Everything I saw on social media was so, the amount of, outpouring of love and support and emotion for him when I understand he's a hometown guy, born there, grew up there. He's a hero to them because he made the NBA, I guess, relevant again since Jordan for the first time, right?
Right. They were. They were on the footstep of getting to back to the finals, and they've been a disaster outside of those years.
Almost got LeBron in that offseason that he went to Miami.
That's right. And obviously, injuries would derailed his career, cut it short.
Right.
But the way that people just are so overly emotional about this guy to me, and even a lot of people saying, "Oh, he means more to the city than Michael Jordan." I don't get it. Am I missing something here?
Well, I again, because he's from there. And, he was born there, to your point, when you ask those questions.
And that's
I do
it?
think, I think that stuff. Have you ever been to a Bulls game? I'm not trying to be
not in Chicago. I have not.
They even though they stink, they still, that place is packed every single night, and there is not a seat in the house. They are diehards, those people. And they loved him in a way that, I'd never seen them love a player. They loved those teams. We think about, the stretch with Jordan, and it's arguably the greatest stretch in basketball. I mean, outside of, Celtics and Lakers stretches at different times, right? But there was a feeling about him there that is, unless you were there to see it, it's hard to describe. But they love him in a way that outside of Michael, maybe, he's probably the next most favorite player there.
Lindsay, it's funny you asked that because I've asked that in the past myself.
What is it?
I'm like, what is it about Derrick Rose that I don't know because I'm not from Chicago and I've never been to a Bulls game and I didn't follow the Bulls with Derrick Rose back then? What is it? And if you ask people from Chicago, what George is telling you is what they'll tell you.
They're obsessed with him.
Which is they love him because he's one of their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so as great as Jordan was.
And he was the MVP, man. You know what I mean? That team, they thought that team was going to win a championship. And, you're right. They ran into LeBron and those guys and the Heatles or whatever. And, they won. I'll never forget. They won game 1 of that conference finals. And they blew the Heat out of the water. And I'll never forget, I remember walking by Charles Barkley and Charles going, "Hey, man, your boy's in trouble." And I was just like, we'll see, game 1, And all of a sudden, that flipped very quickly. They won in 5. They won 4 straight. But it was 4 hard-fought games. That team was really, really good. And had he not been derailed, that would have been, LeBron's time in Miami, people try to, the Celtics, I guess, were still pretty good. We're still good. They fought them a couple times in the playoffs. I know they played Indiana the most and those Paul George teams. But Derrick Rose and those Bulls teams would have been the best rivalry. If that era would have had a healthy Derrick Rose along with a healthy version, and maybe not as old a version as the Celtics, then that era, which was already really good from a ratings bonanza standpoint, would have been even better, I think.
So, Lindsay, for you, I think you would understand this more than anybody. If you had somebody from Cleveland,
well, but
be
not
on the
named
Cavs,
LeBron, because that's obvious.
Not named LeBron, but somebody.
That's what I'm saying. I can't. I have nothing to compare it to. I guess.
Yeah, you'd have
Is
to
there
have
not a
somebody
guy who's
on like
played
the
on
Browns or
Cavs
something
that is like beloved, that is from the area, that other than LeBron?
I mean, I think. No, not that I. No.
Like if Steph Curry was on, well, Steph's really good though, so I don't know. He has to be somebody that, yes, like a Steph. If Steph was on the Cavs, you would love him more because he's from Cleveland. He was born in Akron.
I know, but Steph Curry won championships. Derrick Rose didn't win anything.
No, that's why it's hard.
But they haven't won anything
Donovan
outside of
Mitchell
those years with Jordan. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's that, you know.
But Lindsay, here's what you got to understand. The Bulls, and obviously Michael Jordan, I was a Bulls Jordan kid. And then they derailed the entire thing to rebuild, and they never had anything until Derrick Rose. And that was, I was still coming out of being a Bulls fan and, like, trying to decide what was next for me, because obviously it was a disaster. I considered buying a Derrick Rose jersey because it was like, oh, there's hope again. And then it went south. So that was, he was the hope.
And I agreed. And I would say that, I mean, if you watched him in that time before the injury in Philadelphia, I mean, he was incredible. The ability that he had at that size, too, because that's the thing. He was small. Like, the strength, the power, the speed, the uncanniness and willingness to get to the basket was really impressive to watch. I mean, certainly on television, but in real time, in person, he was a whirlwind. Like, he was a tornado out there. In a way that you hadn't really seen that combination at that size, maybe ever, to be honest with you.
Imagine if your team, if LeBron won 3 titles in a row, put away the 3 titles he had won before a break to go play baseball. Let's just talk about the 3 titles in a row. And the general manager and the owner were saying, this is your last season. We don't care if you win again. We are derailing the team. Imagine that. LeBron, anybody would lose their mind. The fact that Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson didn't lose their mind is incredible to think. They had told them, no matter what you do, this is your last season.
Yeah, Bulls fans, despite the 6 championships, to Chris's point, they've had a very rough existence, including that. Like, hey, we're going to break apart a team that is a dynasty. Like, that's just kind of odd, you know?
Hey, by the way, Bergie, you said that LeBron could have gone to Chicago or might have gone to Chicago.
Yeah, there was conversation. Chicago,
there was,
Miami,
and Wade too at that time, right? They were Chicago, the Knicks, the Heat. I mean, who were the 6 teams that met with LeBron, right? It was Chicago, the Heat, the Knicks,
Cavs.
The Cavs, obviously. The Clippers, I think, were one, if I recall correctly. And then there was one more. I don't remember. But there were 6. So, yeah, they were in consideration for sure. And Derrick Rose was the reason because you had him on a rookie contract.
I'm just mentioning it because I'm teasing ahead here to Friday when Jim Gray, who hosted the decision, Jim Gray will join us on Friday. And I'm sure we got plenty of stuff we can talk to Jim Gray about. Is
that locked in? Can we promote that?
Yeah, promote it.
Can I do, in the promo when you're like, hey, coming up Friday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, you're Jim Gray, and I'll go, I'm
a big Jim Gray fan.
I am too.
I'm a believer.
How long is he going to give us?
However long we want. That's why I booked it for the 9 o'clock hour, because I thought we'd have more time.
You think he'll give us 30 minutes so we can walk right up to the Lindsay segment?
I think so.
All right.
The Nets was the other team, George. They didn't.
What's that?
The 6. The Nets was the other team.
Oh, the Nets. Thank you. Yes.
The Nets. Who was on the Nets? As a kid at the time?
I forget.
No. They just had cap space. So I think that was the team.
Jay-Z pitched them, right?
Right. It was Jay-Z was part of the ownership group. He owned 10% of the team. Right. Yes. And they had the cap space. So that was also part of it. And I want to say, let me look at the 2010
Who was on? I mean, with Kenyon Martin was gone. Like, who? There wasn't anybody that was.
It says Jay-Z and Mikhail Prokhorov.
He was the Russian guy
the Russian
oligarch.
oligarch. Yeah, that was a weird time.
Russian oligarch.
It's true.
That was a weird time. The 2010 Nets, they had Darren Williams, who was very good at the time. Brooke Lopez, a young Brooke Lopez.
Young Brooke Lopez. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but Darren Williams was one of the best point guards in the sport at that time.
You happy about them having Jordan Farmar? Are you, Greg?
Really?
UCLA guy? Yeah, the UCLA kid.
I just saw Jordan Farmer. I was like, hey,
Now, by the way, that's really interesting.
And Dan Gadzarich. Look at that.
Really?
Cooper. Oh, hey, UCLA love, baby.
Hey, the kid who caught the touchdown yesterday for Seattle, Bobo.
Oh, Jake Bobo.
Love
that guy.
The greatness of Jake Bobo.
When he scored that touchdown, I went, who's that? And then Bergie was like, oh, that's my UCLA guy. And later in the night, I heard a stat. That was his 4th reception of the season. Can you imagine scoring a touchdown in the NFC Championship game, an impactful touchdown, and that's your 4th reception of the season? The fact that you're on the field, the fact that you're active, that you're dressed, and the fact that Sam Darnold was like, I'm throwing it to you. The guy who has 3 catches on the entire year. Amazing.
He had a big catch the week before, too, against the Niners.
By the way, Tony Picks in the YouTube chat says Jim Gray broke Dickerson trade back in the day. If that's true, we got to ask him.
We should ask him
Jim
about
Gray.
that.
Jim Gray has been involved in so many moments.
Yeah, he's been a part of a lot of big sports moments in history. There's no doubt.
I can think of Jim, which was not a likable moment for him, unfortunately. But when he said to Pete Rose, about gambling in baseball, and then Pete said, "Jim, I'm really surprised at you, man. I can't believe you would ask me this on live TV." So that was one. And then you just said it, the Tyson fight when Tyson. Bit off Evander Holyfield's ear, look at me, man. Look at me. I got one eye. Look, he got 2 eyes. I'm ready to fight. Like that was Jim Gray.
There's a promo right there.
All right, thank you, Lindsay. The Lindsay segment each weekday at 9:30 a.m. We'll take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll wrap this thing up live from Yamava Resort and Casino. We're on the pool deck here on a Reaction Monday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Mason and Ireland, the biggest show on the radio.
Think about it. Who doesn't like soup? Well, I think also the older you get, the more soup you eat. Do you think there's a correlation there? The older you get, the more,
Not tomato soup. Split pea. Tomorrow we'll do potato soup.
It's true. You do. When you get older, you eat a lot of soup.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube.
One briefcase, one moment could change everything. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving you a chance to own your destiny in 2026. Play throughout the month of January, and on January 28th, one Club Serrano member will win the case, and with it, a finale spot in any 2026 promotion, plus $400,000. Which destiny will you choose? It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on the road to the Lombardi Trophy. Powered by Yamava Resort and Casino. You in?
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on Rams Reaction Monday on ESPN LA. Oh, it's 9:47. Good morning.
Cappy, your Tyson impression was a hit in the Mongrel chat.
It was good.
It was good.
Yesterday, January 25th, back in 1975, the #1 hit, The Carpenters, Please, Mr. Postman. That's the song you're hearing, Cappy.
Good song.
Yeah.
Very good song.
George loves those oldies.
Hey, yeah, everybody.
Hey, Sedano loves the oldies.
Who was that? Was that Bergie or Cappy?
That was George.
That was George.
Oh!
Cappy Caliendo. They're calling you
How about that?
Caliendo.
How about that? I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. I talked to Frank last week, as a matter of fact. He will be on Radio Row.
Shocking.
And I will be there sitting there by myself, since you guys all hate Radio Row so much.
Well, I think next year we're going to be on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
we definitely will be.
Yeah?
Well, we will definitely be doing something that way.
Yeah, remember last time it was in L.A.? We weren't.
Yeah, but this is
there.
ESPN.
Well, I remember it because you almost broke your leg.
Yes, Cappy tripped over the barrier out front of the convention center.
I broke my leg, but I didn't want Lindsay to know how badly I was hurt. So I just sort of was like, no, I'm fine. No, I'm good. I can't walk, get an ambulance, but I'm fine. I'm good.
By the way, we will still have plenty of Radio Row coverage. Although, is ESPN this year on Radio Row, or they got their own set?
Yeah,
They're actually, because Unsportsmanlike will be there.
Yep.
So will the Rich Eisen show. And Clinton Yates, the big CY, will be there. So he'll be calling into our show.
So wait, we really got to go to Radio Row?
Next year, yeah. Well, I don't know what it's going to be. We're definitely going to be doing remotes that week. I don't know if it's going to be Radio Row specifically or some sort of ESPN LA setup, but you could you see the trailers that ESPN and ABC are already running. I mean, they're making next year so big. Like it's a production movie trailer that they're running about it next year. The Super Bowl on ABC and ESPN.
It is. I know it's on ABC. Well, I guess we'll have to figure some stuff out because.
I don't think that one we're going to be able to fight.
Well, it's not. Well, you're going to have to fight my NBA bosses, is what I'm going to say, based on where they put me schedule-wise. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out like we always do.
Hey, speaking of schedule-wise, can we do a little quick show behind-the-scenes talk here real quick on the air? Yeah. George, how do you feel about potentially doing a crosstalk segment with the Rizzo show, the really big show, when you're there in Cleveland on Wednesday?
What time are they on?
They're on the same time as us, so I was thinking maybe we could do one in the YouTube hour. Well, 10
sure, if they're willing to do it.
Okay, cool.
I'm sure Riz is going to be willing to do it. I mean, come on, why wouldn't he do
the
it?
Lakers, Cavs, and people hate LeBron here. They love him there.
They hate him here.
They do.
Not everybody hates him.
A lot of people do.
Like half the people
They hate on him.
Yeah.
What's on tap today on ESPN LA? Lakers Bulls tonight from Chicago. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Durant starts at 3:30 p.m. with tip-off at 5. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. That means we got a combo plate. So we've been waiting to hear what DeMarco has to say about the game. DeMarco will start at 2 p.m. with Andy Kamenetsky this afternoon right here on ESPN LA. By the way, I can't wait for Live Imaging Tuesday tomorrow because I am going to get DeMarco so mad he may throw me in the room and beat me up.
Because you're going to keep suggesting that Chris Shula be fired.
I did it last night in text, and he was already losing his mind. So I can't wait for tomorrow.
Just don't play the Seahawks fight song.
I was going to say, do they have a theme?
No, you should.
Is there a Seahawks fight song?
If there is, you should find it, and you should play it. And he won't know it, and then you'll just be playing it underneath the whole time.
He's going to tell me how I don't understand, I don't know, all these things. That might all be true,
right,
but guess what?
That
all might be true, but I am going to get him to snap tomorrow on me.
Okay.
He may snap.
I hope he hits
me.
Listen,
I hope he hits me. All right. Okay. Well, let's see how that goes. Let's see what happens. Now, can I ask a question here? Are we going to get to the dealer's choice? Because there's a couple of things that are important.
Do you want to do it right now?
Yes.
Hit the dealer's choice music, Jorge, please.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm getting my read, and the sun's now right behind me, so it's glaring. It is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Sellers Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Sellers Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy, Cap. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer, or visit sellersadvantage.com, DRE 0196-1658.
So, a couple things. Number one, being out here at Yamava, it's great to return to Yamava. We always had a great time when we were here, so it was really awesome to be back last night. The rooms here at the hotel at Yamava are really, really awesome. Bergie and I shared an experience, not that we stayed together, but, when you have to pee in the middle of the night, you get up. And, George, what happens is when you take your first step off the bed,
light.
Right, there is a sensor.
Yeah, it goes off. Right, yeah. Right, so that way you don't trip and fall in the darkness.
Right.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. Hey, old guy, you're getting up to pee for the third time. Let's turn on the light yet again. So the rooms were great. It was awesome. Two things, though, that have to be discussed.
Did you not know how to work the coffee machine like Bergie did?
I did not know how to use the Nespresso.
I did not use the machine.
What was your problem? Did you not put water in it?
Exactly.
Now
I was moving around. I was like, "Why is this thing not turning on?"
That's why the 2 bottles of water were right next to it.
You said it earlier. In your defense, you don't stay at a lot of hotels.
I do not
Cappy
stay
and
at
I
hotels.
Obviously are at East Central, and so you have to put water in.
Yeah, I was like, this thing's heavy, so maybe they're just like connected to a water source. I have no idea what's going on there.
Picking it up.
Yeah, I started moving it around.
And
like, it's
Nespresso
heavy.
machines are delicious. They're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very good.
It's all smooth.
Yeah, and that's why the 2 bottles of water were there. It's like, hey, moron, throw the water. And believe me, they're talking to me, Bergie.
Yeah, right. Once I saw that tube, I was like, oh, the water that's here.
Yeah.
That goes in there. And then I got my coffee.
So here's the 2 things that I think just need to be discussed before we go. George, I'm going to try with Bergie to give everybody a full list of literally everything that was ordered yesterday.
All right, let's go. Let's try and do it.
Okay, go.
All
Let me hear it.
Tangerine chicken.
Okay.
Oh,
Kung Pao
that
chicken.
sounds delicious.
We had egg rolls.
Oh, yeah, I love
Beef
egg
and
rolls.
broccoli.
Beef and broccoli's good,
I think
too.
that's fried rice.
Now,
Shrimp
this is
fried
clearly
rice.
a very Asian theme.
Well, we went with Tai Chi round 1.
That was first.
No, it's called Tai Chi 2.
Tai Chi Deuce.
Oh, there was green beans.
Oh, the green beans.
The green beans.
Those
are
green
fantastic.
beans are fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we had a full smorgasbord of the Asian style food.
Excellent use of the word smorgasbord.
Thank you. Thank you
And
very
then we
much.
went to pizza.
Now on the pizza, George, we had it's like the rolled ham as a topping, but it's the ricotta and the pesto infused into the crust.
So almost like a beef cordon bleu?
Oh, similar.
Oh, yeah.
Similar.
It
yes.
was injected in there.
Right, you got to inject it.
Bam!
And then we threw in a margarita pizza just to have like a baseline.
A baseline, yeah.
Right.
Something light, yeah.
Then a chicken panini.
That was
which
split up?
We had so many, the red tomato. What are they called? The sun-dried tomatoes.
tomato.
Oh, they were so good, man.
Very underrated.
So
You
good.
like sun-dried tomatoes?
Delicious.
Oh,
I
they
love
were
sun-dried
so
Not
good.
for me.
They were so good.
They're okay.
So then we
Not
had the
for me.
panini, and that was lovely. Then the panini was lovely. Then in the later part of the game, now this is now over
So
the
then
course of
I had
two
a
games.
fruit cup and a chicken salad.
I was just going to say,
then-
what did you eat? Because you can't eat any of this stuff.
I broke the fast with a fruit cup and a chicken salad.
And then he went crazy.
Not
'Cause-
crazy. I had like one
Well,
slice of pizza.
Well, no, not one slice.
No, you were going back and forth. There was a quesadilla in there that you
Oh,
were
Yes,
right.
that's
I
right.
forgot about
we
the
threw about
quesadilla.
quesadilla.
Yeah.
And then we ended it with dessert. We had a fried chicken sandwich for dessert.
yeah.
That was
Wait,
Forgot
a
about
fried
that.
chicken
unbelievable.
sandwich for dessert?
Yeah.
I also had a tiramisu, which is
Yeah,
delicious.
Lindsay
Oh,
had a
tiramisu is good.
So I would
Now,
say this.
Did it have the appropriate amount of coffee grounds or whatever they
Yes.
put in there? Yeah.
It was perfect, and it even had this little tiny little white chocolate piece on top that was written in dark chocolate tiramisu.
Oh, very nice.
It was very lovely.
Yeah, it was
It was really, really nice. So we put a beat down yesterday on the 909, and our server, Eileen,
Oh,
and
Stephanie
her crew was
apparently
amazing.
has the itemized receipt.
Oh, you do? And
Did we hit everything? I think we hit everything.
The
there.
funniest part about this itemized receipt is nobody said, "Hey, look, there's an amount that you guys can spend." You know, I was like, "Bring everything."
Oh no, Cappy was out of control.
Out of control.
And then Sam Boney after everything was packed down, he had been storing a whole pizza.
He took a pizza?
No, he didn't take it. He
Oh.
ordered it as part of our thing. It was like a white pizza that I might have had a slice before we went
Oh, a
to the
little
hotel
pizza
room.
bianca.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here comes Steffa. Steffa's got the full receipt. All right, let's see how we did. Because I think we pretty much nailed.
I think we did nail it.
Yeah, I think we nailed a lot of what we ordered.
I had about 5 Sprites, that's for sure.
We did order a lot, right? We ordered so much. Oh my God. Oh, we put a real beat
That's
down.
actually
That thing
not
looks
bad.
like a CVS
600
receipt.
Oh, yeah.
$619.
It's just
That's not
food.
bad.
Dude.
There's no extra like,
Parker,
coupons.
you didn't tell me about the habanero wings. I forgot about the habanero wings, bro. Right.
For that cost, I feel like we should have tipped her even more.
Yeah, the waffle fries. We forgot about the waffle
We got
fries.
3 crispy chicken sandwiches?
Wait,
I only had one.
I think that probably went to like Carlo
Oh,
and
we
Parker,
shared,
Janessa,
yeah.
Steffa.
I mean, for the whole team, $619. It's
not bad at all.
That is not terrible.
Not bad at all, yeah.
Now, here's one thing, though. This bill could go from $619. It could go to $10,000 in 1 second, and here's what I mean. Early in the show, George, Chris got very upset. Okay, it's a very sad day. No, it was a heartbreaking day. So he took the Vaporubs and he
Right.
threw them
in the pool.
In the pool.
Yeah.
Now the Vaporubs are still down at the
Wait,
bottom of the
I
pool.
don't know where they are anymore. They're not in their normal spot.
Oh, so then I can't go into the pool and get them.
Oh, wait, there's one.
So now Chris has to either get the skimmer
Yeah.
or he's going to have to actually physically go in the pool to get the Vaporub. Because you cannot have Vaporub in the pool here at Yamava.
Oh, I see them, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Parker is now showing us the pool. And Chris is like preparing himself as if to say that there's the possibility that he
Just
has to
dive in, Chris. Just do it right now. Just dive in
man.
there.
take off those
Get
nice Skechers, buddy. Do we have a skimmer? Do we have a
Oh,
skimmer?
I thought he
so
was
that
actually
Chris
going to
can-
walk in the pool.
It looked like he was going in. It
Just do it.
looked
Take
like
off
he
the
was
shoes.
going in. Oh, that's right. Chris looks like a guy right now
He's thinking about it.
who's like, I can't not pick them out because they're our partner. And I didn't mean to throw them in the pool. They just landed in the pool. And he's blaming Janessa.
But toss them in, Cap.
You want me to push him in the
Yeah,
pool?
I
Give him
think
a nudge.
now's the time, Cal.
No.
If you've ever wanted
No.
to do it,
George,
now
just
is
do
the
it.
time.
I don't
Do
think
it.
I don't think
Do
so.
it.
I
It's
don't
warm
think-
outside
I
now.
don't-
The sun's
How's
out.
the water feel?
I mean, he's not arguing about it. Just do it, Cappy. Go give him a nudge.
Oh,
Give him a bunny nudge.
Right there.
He
was
almost-
bent
he almost
over.
fell
it was,
in.
It was
Yeah.
the time.
That was the time.
Dump truck
what
on.
do you think? Do we have a skimmer?
I think
No, you got
now's
to
the
use
time.
your hands. You got to use your hands. That's what they said.
Do we have a?
Oh, look, we've got our first pool patron of the day. He can witness it.
See, he can do it too.
Or he's in pool gear, and maybe he wants to come get him.
Sir, can you please push
Sir,
our
can you
friend
Get
in the
our
pool?
vapor rub.
Sir, would you mind coming over and just getting the Vaporubs out of the bottom of the pool? You can grab them with your toes. You can grab them with your toes, and you can pick
It's
them
only
up.
3 feet.
Oh, no.
It's 4
Morales
feet.
is taking his shoes off.
Oh,
no. Look, he's going in. Wait, he's
Cannonball,
going in.
cannonball.
He's going in.
Cannonball.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. He just dipped
Right
his
now,
socks.
Cappy.
He just. Oh.
Now, Cappy, go do it.
Do it.
Here he goes, Cappy. 3, 2, 3, 2.
3, 2.
1. 3, 2.
No way. No.
3, 2,
No,
1,
he did it,
go.
he did it. Yeah, he's in the pool.
Morales went in. He went in the pool. Oh, my God, he's a superstar. He's a superstar.
Yeah, don't forget the Vaporub.
Can he find the Vaporubs?
There's 3, Chris. You got to get 3 of them. You got to get 3 of them.
There was hand combat. I'm watching the replay right now. Oh, there he goes. Oh, what a superstar.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Rock star.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
And Christopher.
Save that for the Mandy's.
No, that's it. We won. It's over.
It's over.
We won long ago.
It is a final, as he would like to say.
Yep, that's right. Chris George said it's a final.
Oh, my God. Oh, Morales. As he says, anything for the bit, there's a man who lives his own philosophy.
Mac Musso in the chat says literally quack, quack.
So, blackfish down.
There it is, Briones. Play it
Free
one more time.
Willy.
The quack, quack.
Free Willy. I love it. Here he comes. He's coming out of the water. What a round of applause for Morales.
Well done.
What a
Well
superstar.
done, Morales. God, there's so much fun.
You didn't get him?
I hope
How many you
Steffa
got?
brought other clothes. He didn't get them? Or did he get them?
He didn't get the Vaporubs.
You didn't get
come
any of the
on.
Vaporubs?
Oh, my God.
At this point, you gotta finish the deal.
Yeah, he does. He got to go finish it off.
All right, well, find out tomorrow if Chris actually got the Vaporub. Want to thank all our friends at Yamava, right, Cappy?
Oh, these guys, they just take such good care of us. We love you guys at Yamava. We love coming out here. Look forward to it 2 weeks from now. And until then, everybody have a great day. We love you. It is indeed.
Quack, quack.